I'm fine with this being strummed.
Okay, so I will say, I think a dessert base of simple syrup might be the most boring but efficacious way we could go about making the dessert soup.
What is Borma? Okay, I'm gonna look up Borma. This looks interesting. I've never heard of this. It's a Middle Eastern / Turkish something that looks really good. It's apparently
nobody's business but the Turks.
Hey! Oh god, they might be giants. I should listen to them more.
I'm definitely listening to They Might Be Giants right now.
So, as you should be, they are the soundtrack of like a quarter of all of Hero Squad. So, speaking of, I do need to know. Last week we discussed hitting up some potential contacts. Discussed hitting up Bats for local support. We discussed hitting up Corey and the Flops for local support. We discussed making a pilgrimage to either getting the privateers or whalers on board. I just wanted to know, like, who's going where? Are we splitting? Are we going one by one?
Split the party! Split the party!
For Bats, who here is Quartz okay with other than Chivalry?
I think just Chivalry and maybe like one of Bob's characters, probably. I don't think he has an issue with Mr. President.
Last week you did throw out the idea of Sweet Tooth showing up.
So Sweet Tooth showing up would be like when we have downtime, he might go over there and try and like have him talk, but that was for an entirely different purpose.
Do we have an over-under on how Quartz would feel about meeting Captain Dumont?
Does Captain Dumont run a timely schedule?
Does the plot demand him being timely?
I'm not sure that Captain Dumont and Schedule have ever really come into contact with each other.
I will give you a hint then. You probably shouldn't talk to Quartz if you want him to ever appreciate you or like
Captain
you as a
Dumont
person.
just sort of is always there when it's appropriate to be there.
There are 2 members of the party that have agreements with Quartz to never speak again.
Both of them are Tom's characters.
No.
Wait, really?
No, one of them's mine, one of them's Tom's. He has no issue with Bayou Bill.
I thought he hated Bayou Bill too.
No,
I missed
they've
the
never
Charlie
met.
one.
No, it's Sweet Tooth.
Oh.
I don't even remember how that started. It's just always been true.
Which one started?
How Sweet Tooth ever made that deal?
Oh, in like the 3rd session of this game, Sweet Tooth needed a candy cooling table in the bar, so he asked if Quartz could make him one. And he said, yeah, I'll make you one if you never talk to me again. So I haven't talked to him since.
Yeah, that fits. Alright.
So in what possible circumstances it make... No, you know what, never mind. So I guess we send Chivalry to Bats. Corey and Heartless Bob.
Anyone but Mr. President is probably okay.
I think Captain Dumont should be along for the visit to the whalers because he has already committed to perhaps helping to bribe them.
That makes perfect sense. Would he be able to get his airship to deliver us there?
Yes.
That's probably the safest way to get there.
Absolutely.
All right.
What was the list of who we had talked about? I think there was one.
Yeah, it was posted on the 31st. In Night of Many Tens.
That's Corey and Bob, Oslo and the Whalers, Rovers, and possibly get gear from Trigor. We got gear from Trigor.
Oh, yeah. You got the spectrogram from him?
Yes, we needed to fill in Chris.
Okay, so
we went to meet with Trigor and got a Geiger counter effectively that lets us find engine hearts or heart engines or...
Four charts.
Four charts.
Four charts, thank you.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
yeah, that was like right after you left. It was about 5 minutes of pure efficiency.
To be fair, I didn't talk to most of the
To be fair!
thing. I was really tired last week.
Fair.
You were fried.
It's okay, man. It happens.
You sound a lot better this week, which is nice.
I didn't have to work all weekend. It's great.
Isn't that nice?
Okay. So, I'm just going to copy the thing, and we're going to see who's going where. Also, who's doing the lighthouse thing, because it is now, the Silver Tongue is now ready.
Okay.
I can do the lighthouse.
With which character? I feel like we want a movement character to do that.
Oh, I was gonna say I can go with whoever's going.
We need a movement character, and it's also presumably near the water. I could send Avery there.
Do your little army men have parachutes?
Once I get an air core, yes. They do have parachutes, I think, in the warehouse. Let me check.
So you do have parachutes in the warehouse. You do also now have you have a semi-functioning airfield at the warehouse. Everything was put on pause to expedite the research.
Mm-hmm. That's the point. I want supernatural, boys.
I love the idea of just flying over somewhere and the air is just filled with little plastic army men parachuting down.
That was one of my plans. That was one of the dreams I told Sam. I was like, I just can't wait till I get to the point where I can just airdrop thousands of little toy soldiers on some poor unsuspecting enemy.
Beautiful.
Okay. So we have Captain Dumond assigned to the Whalers. He'll take
along with Charlie.
And Charlie? Okay. That's Chivalry. Avery is not allowed in the bar. Is anyone else going with Chivalry?
I like the idea of Chivalry going on the town on his own.
Okay. Corey and Heartless, who's hitting them up?
Carronade can.
Carronade's fast. Carronade should do the lighthouse.
Propulsion fast.
Oh, propulsion. Sorry.
Okay. Carronade for Corey and Bob. Okay. Seth's back. Okay, so
Yo, hi.
we're going down the list. Right now we have I'm going to post this so everyone can see it. Here's who's assigned to what job currently.
I have that list already. I'm keeping track, Sam. I'm awake. So
I know, it's just so everyone else can see it.
It's good to be able to see it and like visualize where we're assigning people. Rovers. Do we have? So I checked what's his name's gun last session, but I never actually got a read. Where is Captain What's His Face right now? Or Dr. Cowboy. There we go. Yeah.
He is currently his schedule has him migrating up the cables. He should be pretty near your fast travel point right now.
Sick.
Fast travel?
Yeah, Johnny Switchblade, as part of a deal you guys made a basically wormhole, I guess would be a colloquial term for it, to these slums, which is a different district.
I would say, Mr. President.
Mr. President?
I'd say John Hannibal, because John Hannibal has a really good relationship with Doctor.
Okay.
I love how a lunatic in a crashing airship just showed up and said, "I'm a part of this group," and everybody went, "Yeah, right."
That's basically how everyone else is.
We're in so need of people right now.
I mean, Jose basically punched down the door of the
Imagine this.
candy shop.
The difference is he fixed it, Chris.
I cannot control the actions of Amp.
Jose walked in.
Yeah, what do you mean? Yes, you can.
Jose walked in and punched the door down and then fucking killed a man in the first 2 minutes of him being in the
Okay,
group.
but that man was like a druggie. So.
Listen, I kind of want to join the train of having people Quartz is mad at. Should I send Amp to bats?
Oh, we want this to be successful.
They're just making Quartz bad.
See.
All right, so for Lighthouse, I'm gonna put propulsion. And
That's up to
Avery.
Bob and Tom.
I know. I'm asking them. Are you okay with that?
I mean, Avery is nominally a speech character. Could Avery go with Captain Dumont and Charlie to the Whalers?
Okay.
That sounds good.
I will put him for.
Okay.
Oh, that's an interesting question. How will Avery interact with the increasing damp, seeing that his focus approximation is nowhere near him? Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Technically, chivalry isn't Avery's focus.
That's why I said focus approximation.
Okay.
Remind me what exactly the damp does.
It breaks down technological effect and massively increases supernatural effect. The areas that are damper than others, magic will be a little less predictable. It'll be a little more powerful, more vibrant, I guess. It'll have more going on.
Our powers got supercharged to the point where we lost control of them. Charlie became entirely catatonic because his eye gained infinite range, which he couldn't stop looking at. And then he started focusing on the, what was it?
The singularity.
Singularity, yeah.
And due to situations that were completely reasonable and not a mistake at all, chivalry started turning into a human for a little bit of time there.
I'm a real boy.
I feel like the attacking Avery portion of that is probably more important to note.
Avery doesn't like to talk about that part.
Also, there was Mr. President's soldiers staged an insurrection. You guys had to fight
That was
a
also
tank.
really funny.
And Carronade went, hey, I can also shoot gun.
Carronade was fine. His artifact was chill.
Should I just send Amp with propulsion? Can you carry me, Bob?
Yes, I can, because I'm pretty sure, if I'm remembering how I built the power correctly, let me just check. High capacity mass! Yeah, I can carry people! I can actually carry 6 hard dice worth of mass.
That's a pretty
Damn.
good one. I think...
So we still have Sweet Tooth staying in the candy
so
shop?
Sweet Tooth could stay in the shop, or he could go to meet with Dr. Cowboy. They did meet in the crossover. So there's at least... No, actually, no, they didn't. He's never met him.
It is probably a good idea, and I don't mean to cut you off, but it's probably a good idea to have someone who is in charge of the stop stay in the shop, considering what we learned about Avoctra.
So
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. I'll just have him start working on
What
it.
did we learn about Avantra?
Avoctra is with the spectrometer that Trigor gave us. Avoctra sort of gave like a partial positive reading on it. There's something weird going on with her. Like she might.
there is something associating her and the Forge Hearts.
She is, and because of all the stuff she talked about with metal and everything, it's possible that either she just has a talent that interacts with them, or my crackpot theory is that she is a Forge Heart adjacent life form.
I think she's a spy.
Or she has a
Wait.
forge heart inside of her.
If Forge
We
Heart
also
is
suspected her of being a spy. Sorry to interrupt. But didn't we suspect her of being the spy?
Yeah, that's possible.
so, if we can find a situation where we can trust her. I don't know why we didn't think about this last week, but we were thinking about ways to destroy a Forge Heart. A Forge Heart's made of metal, right?
Nominally, yeah.
And Avoctra eats metal?
Yes.
I mean, I don't know why this didn't occur to us last week.
What happens if a Forge Heart and a Rust Monster run into each other?
The Rust Monster is going to have a very bad time.
Oh, that's not the bit I was going to go for at all. I was going to say we don't have time to talk about the birds and the bees.
I was just thinking
is a
like
good
the
bet.
Rust Monster gets a good meal because it's just going to start producing metal or turning stuff around into metal or whatever. Like, it's gonna have a great time, I think. I mean, I also don't understand the thing, so maybe not.
Okay. So, is everyone accounted for? Let's see. Propulsion, Amp, Mr. President, Captain Dumont, Charlie, Avery, Carinade, Chivalry.
Bill still needs to be placed.
Bill, yeah. Which job is Bill hitting up?
Bill, want to go to the
Can
Rovers?
can you send an updated thing?
This is the most current one on 7/16.
Okay.
Yeah, let's have Bill go with Mr. President to the Rovers. Bill wants to go back to the slums and get another rust iguana.
Yeah, I was gonna say because
I don't think
the iguana, and then I was going to say Mr. President needs time to set up for any battle. If he doesn't have time to set up, he's not very good.
And on the way over, Bill and Mr. President can discuss politics.
Oh boy!
Before everybody leaves, before we break for our various objectives, is there anybody else besides the whalers that we're expecting serious difficulty convincing? I mean, bats we're going to bring back and give medical attention. That shouldn't be a problem.
And there's a candy that Sweet Tooth made that restores memories. We should probably note down talking points for everything.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be right back.
Just to remember, I am sort of having little flashbacks of last week, but Rovers, we want to convince them to steal the 4 chart at the flotilla to screw over the Iron Legion.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it? That's all we gotta really tell them.
Yeah, we have to convince them somehow that it's worth stealing and worth embroiling themselves in this conflict. Chivalry is just going to convince Quartz to get Bat's help in exchange for healing him and potentially restoring his memories. I guess we argue to get the whalers to help us. Did Bob get up?
Bob did get up, yeah.
I was going to ask him if he wants anyone else to go to Corey and Bob other than Carinade, or if Carinade has that under control.
Hang on. Whose character is Charlie? That's not Chivalry.
Me, hi.
Okay, that's
I'm Charlie.
Yeah, right, it says that. Charlie Sweet Tooth. Okay. So that's the 3 of us. Are either of you particularly spec'd for talking?
Avery is spec'd for talking.
Okay.
I'm not spec'd for talking as good as other people, but I have actually a pretty decent amount of charm.
And he also desires a working relationship with the whaler. Charlie has had some setup as sort of like one being a whaler adjacent fellow, and that might play well.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm very interested in learning.
One or both of you can take the spotlight. That being said, in character,
Oh, that's better.
Captain Dumont is happy to try to provide more physical restitution to the whalers if it would help, but he wants to know what they're interested in and what he should be looking for.
So generally they are looking for kind of like just good quality survival goods, more or less. Like last time we gave them, if I remember correctly, like copper tarp, like some good tarp. I feel like it was something else. Was there medical equipment in that? I can't actually
A little bit,
remember
yeah.
Okay, so think in terms of a specific item, roughly the size of a bread box, that provides some information or ability or insight that they would find valuable.
I literally have no idea. I don't know their culture very well.
They seem to have something to do with symbology, and there's some stuff that Sam talked to me about that I maybe not supposed to know, but anything that's like a weird codex or something they might be interested in. It's like weird scrolls and esoterica.
Okay. Sam, since this is kind of luck / fate influence based, can I lean on you and say if Captain Dumond goes hunting for a plot-relevant item to offer the whalers. What does he come up with?
So they say medical supplies, and that's like Captain Dumond's hold right now is mostly like artifacts and treasures and things of cultural significance. The only medical thing he has is he's looking around. There is, it's almost out of place, but a medicine cabinet, like a medicine chest that's locked. You don't know where the key is, but you hear some rattling in there. There's definitely some meds in there.
Hey, there we go. I'll haul that. Captain Dumont will haul that up and say, what do you think? Think they'll be interested in this? I pulled it off the rotting corpse of a sinking ship somewhere in the Eastern Caribbean. I'm not sure what the provenance was, but whoever was last had it certainly expended significant effort to try and keep a hold of it.
Well, they'll probably be interested. We gave them medicine supplies last time we were there, so.
That seems reasonable, yeah.
The worst we can do is offer. Like, if they'd rather not help us, then I don't want to push them too hard, just due to the kind of people that they are.
Okay. Well, you can add a wiggle die to a relevant conversation or charm check.
Good to know.
Neat.
That's pretty good. Okay.
Is
Bob back?
Sam Sweettooth is going to start work on that candy that I sent you. That we were like building the other day.
The Candy Comet?
Yeah. Working title.
Yep. Okay. That'll take him a little while. That's a pretty complicated series of effects.
Bob, do you want us to change anything up, or do you think Karenade has Corey and Bob down pat?
Karen H should be able to talk to Corey and Bob fine.
Alright.
Alright. Is that everyone
His
accounted?
bathroom where his beer or poison accident not guilty.
Yeah, and who's going to the lighthouse?
That's Propulsion and Amp, right?
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the whalers speak whatever language we're using.
They can, yeah.
Oslo
I-
can. He's the only one who's shown that capability.
Good to know.
They have a strange, is it Pigden or Pidgeon? I don't think I've ever heard the word pronounced. They have a strange combination language.
Yeah, it's a language no one else has really been able to figure out unless they have a talent for it.
Hey, I know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 phrases in it.
Oh yeah, you do.
Glad to see that joke getting some mileage.
I'm back.
Joke.
Well, if we need to tell them that the local prostitute didn't do it, we're covered.
So we got everyone handled?
I believe so.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Alright, so who do you want to start with, Sam?
He was fucking away.
So, so as the groups break off, camera pans out. The spirit of tomorrow,
Unknown.
the spirit of the unknown, takes off for lands that are, ironically enough, known to the party. Propulsion and Amp clinging on for dear life as Propulsion just jets out of there.
I have Amp like my arms are hooked underneath their armpits.
Amp, you're flopping around like a rag doll.
Oh God! I will be playing. Oh my God! I'm gonna be playing. God, Highway to Hell or Highway to Hell would be really good right now because we're
Bad
doing
Outta
so
Hell.
bad. Bad Out of Hell. There we go. Bad Out of Hell. To cast healing on myself so I don't fucking die.
I feel like "Don't Stop Me Now" would be more appropriate.
Having
I'll make it
a good time. Having a good time.
Make it.
Mr. President, Bill, you remember your tooth fucking hates the tunnel as it glows red hot in your skull again?
Yeah, I forgot about that.
You are assaulted with the images. Mr. President, you're just having a nice time.
God, that teleporting experience is always so pleasant. Like,
Yeah.
you just hear the... What
Goes
the
that
fuck happened to you? What the fuck happened to you? Why do you have third-degree burns in your mouth?
Don't worry about it. It will solve itself.
Like, you turn right, half of Bill's face is melted, it's just reforming.
Yeah, I know. It's like, where's your tongue? How are you speaking?
Bill looks at you without breaking eye contact. He rips off old, like, skin, was like scaled like a reptile, and his face is perfectly fine underneath. No, I'm fine. Don't worry about it.
If I didn't have the stability, I would roll to throw up right now.
I mean, you still can as a power move.
The thing is, like, I just have so much stability, it wouldn't make sense.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a power. It's about sending a message, Chris.
I will force myself to puke.
And while all that
Doesn't
nonsense is
actually bother
going
me, but
while that nonsense is going on, Chivalry and Karenade just kind of nod at each other, go opposite directions. Melting point of human teeth. Thank you, Seth.
1,000 degrees Fahrenheit.
And now we know.
My God,
And
so
knowing
all
is
his
half the
teeth
battle.
melted and then they reformed. Nice.
So Chivalry rolls up on Chernov's bar. Looks closed. Do you do a little knock, or?
What all do I see here?
Well, as always, it's built into a giant bank. The door has its hours of operation. They've changed slightly since last we've been there. It looks like the hours say they're open, but it's completely dark inside. You look through one of the windows. The chairs are all on the tables.
Huh. Damn, I really wish I put actual points into detect Sassenach, because I could use that to see if anyone's inside. Yeah, sure. Chivalry will look around kind of sheepish and just knock on the door.
The door falls open. Like, it's on its hinges, but it just, as soon as you do one knock, it just slowly swings open.
Well, something is clearly wrong if they're supposed to be open and Quartz isn't here, so Chivalry will have his hand on Fraggle Rock and enter the building. Like, he's not drawn it, but he's very ready to.
Make a perception check. It should have, it should be Avery's sense, but should be
Yeah.
the same.
So... Chivalry gets 2 6s.
Nice.
You hear just the faintest sound of sobbing from the back room. Muffled, obviously not like full ugly crying, but just like the beginning of a breakdown.
Alright, Chivalry will, while attempting to be stealthy, move closer to the sound.
In one of the storerooms, the door open, with his back towards you, Bats, you see him just on his ass, legs sprawled out, half-empty bottle of vodka next to him, looking at an old photograph and just quietly weeping.
Okay. I am now struggling to think of how Chivalry would react to this situation. Because I don't know how I'd react to this situation. Can I see anything about the photograph?
Roll a perception check. Think about how you're going to approach it. We're going to cut to Karenade.
Oh boy.
So just think it over for a minute. Karenade, you roll up on the wharf. You're a known factor around here. As soon as like the fops see you at the gate, they're like, "Hey, what's up, man? Corey's on the second floor, his office, bay window." And just wave you back.
Alright. Let's go.
You get a few waves. You feel like you're relatively known around here already. You get up and... Okay, what scene did I have for Corey here?
Get up, and get down.
Get up, and get down. You see Corey. He has some you hear some yelling from down the hall, like, does this seem fucking civilized to you? What was rule number 1 of the orientation, Jeremy? And you just hear a fop, like, with a crying voice, like, you just thought he was still... You don't cut off people's hands here!
We're not in Brazil yet.
Yet.
Do you interrupt or do you let the reaming continue?
Oh no, I said that in character.
Oh fuck! Corey looks up, surprised, like, oh, sorry, I didn't hear you come in. You two, you're on thin ice. Report to Bob. And they're like, please, no. You're on Heartless Bob's shift for the next 2 weeks. Move. Hey, Karen, what's up?
Hey, I actually wanted to talk with you and Bob.
Yeah, he rings he has a series of bells on his desk. He, like, waves his hand over a few of them, grabs, like, the second smallest one, rings it. Yeah, I'll be here in a minute. Do I need to call him Weezy for this, or...?
He wasn't requested for, but, I'm just gonna pull out a glass bead.
Yeah...
Do we need Wheezy for this? Just, I don't know, turn my hand, write it in glass on my skin.
Are you trying to contact Charlie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's only one glass boy.
I don't know what
Summon Charlie.
Hey, Charlie, tell me.
Can I
what
give
to
you
do.
my out-of-character advice? Yes, we need Wheezy. Yes.
I actually feel
we
like
need Wheezy.
don't. The issue. I'm trying to think of what surface I can turn into glass in the room that would be okay.
Wait, you can't turn my skin to glass, just write it on...
I could do that, yeah. I could just do like surface layer of skin.
Yeah, on my hand.
Yeah, okay. I'll just turn a little bit of your hand to glass.
And it'll be
That's going to be the first time this is stuck turning a person.
I'll be like...
Actually, no, it's not. Yeah. I
somehow
personally...
it's- Okay.
I don't... So I'm trying to think through this. Do we need Wheezy in on this? I feel like...
So you are
It
with
was-
Avery and Captain Dumont if you need counsel.
Yeah, so I'll float the question to them. Because, like, my thought process that we don't need him is the FOPs are the security people. Any fighting force would be through them anyway. Okay, Chris, that's a horrible reason. No.
I think I know what Chris's reason is. I think I perfectly
There's only
know.
one reason.
Yeah.
I'm fairly certain we don't.
reason to call in Corey.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I don't think we do. No.
Yeah, I don't think we need him there.
Captain Dumont is too busy running about, swinging lines, barking orders, and generally having a grand old time to pay too much attention to
I feel like
questions about people he doesn't know.
I feel like the only way Captain Dumont moves about his ship is just swinging on ropes from one point to another.
Even if it's just down the hall.
Yeah,
The
absolutely.
only way he moves is with immense energy. Whether that involves ropes or not, he always moves like he's a 12-year-old child who's just drank a liter of Red Bull.
All of his coordination die are hard dice.
Ooh,
No.
that's not good.
Okay, so I'm getting a no for.
It's still gonna turn up. It's still gonna be like blurry on my hand, like I had written it there like 6 weeks ago, and it's just a smudge now. I'm just gonna be like, I think it says no.
So the issue is, I wrote what I said, which is I don't think we do know.
It's a very small.
Signs point to no.
Corey's
It
gonna
looks
nod.
like a no, the planning people have told the punch person that the answer is no.
Then you shake it and it comes up. Ask again later.
Corey's gonna like take a sip of some coffee that smells suspiciously like Jawbreakers and go. Makes you miss walkie-talkies, doesn't it?
Yeah, but just close my hand into a fist, hear some cracking, and then like just get a little bit of blood on my hand now. It's fine. Heals up.
He offers you a sip of coffee.
I'm gonna take it and just like raise it up and say thanks.
Gives you a little toast. Bob turns the corner. You see him like wiping some blood off of his face and off of his fists, and go, "All right, got some business. What's up?"
So, hang on. Just to clear up, because I know you guys would have explained this before Karen had left, but we tell them that we have actionable intelligence that the Iron Legion will be attacking the flotilla.
Corey is in the loop. He already knows about the flotilla thing. Or flotilla.
Okay. So, basically just going, hey, you know about the flotilla thing. Wanna help us out so we don't die saving some people's lives? Hey?
So, you see Corey immediately move to agree. Bob puts his hand up and goes, "Do you have anyone?" Okay. So, us leaving here, we oversee a lot here. We can't just leave without someone to look over everything we do here. If you think you could convince Wheezy to step in on his own, that works. One of us could leave for maybe 8 hours before shit hits the fan here. How long do you need us?
Hold on, let me just go.
Like,
What were the Iron Legion forces again?
if I remember correctly, I don't think it's going to be super long because they're going to get there basically instantly from the whatchamacallums, the Vaqueros.
The question is, how long is the raid going to go on?
And we just have Mr. President put the whole city under martial law until they get back?
Doesn't have quite that many soldiers yet.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yet.
Ow!
3 to 5 Leviathans, 8 to
Been
10
there for like
Goliaths.
4 months. Or
and
like a month.
And 60 to 100 Mark 30s.
There's a high loss factor with the wildlife.
I need
Oh shit! Never
superpowered
thought
ones.
about that actually.
I don't know. I don't. Maybe we should have brought propulsion here. He knows more about how long it'll take to fight the numbers that are coming. But I think 8 hours is. If it takes 8 hours for us to win, we're probably all dead.
I'm gonna need you to make a persuasion check right now.
That was not the single most garrulous phrase I've ever heard.
I mean, most fights where so that a lot of people don't die is we win or we die. There's not much.
Pretty much. I mean, we're not doing an all-out attrition. Like, we're trying to
Yeah.
get some stuff done and then dip.
So
I'm not gonna lie to them about. Yeah, no, this it'll be
Carinade's
fine.
Carinade's gonna nod and go. Okay, what did you roll for persuasion?
Persuasion is charm, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can't use leader. Can I use leadership for this? Nah.
Not quite. No.
Oh wait, no, that's d20s. Like, how did I roll a 15?
Bro, fight the power.
7 and 9.
You only have 2.
I only have 2 dice in charm.
Oh shit!
Serenade. My characters are all
You
pretty good
can
in
spend
command.
2 willpower to get 2 bonus dice for taking your time.
Sure, I got 11 willpower. No, wait. I'm looking at propulsion. Whoopsie. Ah, good. I have 3 dice in charm.
All right, roll 1 extra, and then you can spend the willpower.
Oh shit. Okay, 2 7s.
Nice.
All right, Corey's gonna nod and that go. All right, you should never be going into a fight where where there are measures you can take going into a fight that minimize the risk of death. You know that, right? You can plan escape routes. You can make hostage situations. You can.
But-
there are things you can do. You know that, right?
Well, yes, but our plan of action is to not be there for 8 hours. And if we are there for 8 hours, we're there as corpses for 8 hours. It's go in, hit something real hard, scare them away, and get out.
Okay.
I think we can probably strike the FOPs off of our list of assets for this one.
So
We're not there to fight for a long time. We're there to hit something really
I'm proud of
hard.
you, buddy.
Corey and Bob are gonna look at each other.
Here for a good time.
So, we cannot, in good conscience, Bob Gutsmouth, we can't die for what gain? Just the flotilla?
The
They're-
flotilla, a forge heart.
Look, the flotilla are good trading partners, but without me and Corey here, this place doesn't run.
Do you have any
Tell
heavy
you what.
beaters that can hit from afar and then run away?
We can authorize Animal to go with you guys, and tell you what. We'll give you a dossier. It's going to have 3 names on it. One is Lug, one is Marty Pippins, and he looks at Corey, like, who else do we got here? Doll? Yeah, we got Doll.
So just based on the name.
You know what? No, Jeremy. He's going to put Jeremy instead of Doll.
Oh no, that's just getting yelled at, isn't it?
Yeah, that was the guy that just got yelled at.
You know what?
You can have Animal and one of those.
Bring Jeremy. Bring Jeremy.
I kind of Carinade's standing there like, I know you were just yelling at Jeremy, but I kind of want to bring him because it'll be a good character building session for him.
Corey kind of smiles at that and goes, you know what? Just to make sure he stays in line, Corey hands you a tie.
Okay.
Ooh.
Just make sure he wears that.
Okay.
All right. You guys have Animal and Jeremy.
Is Animal still a FUP, considering he appears to spend 100% of his time in the candy shop?
Yes.
Jeremy! Jeremy! Jeremy, come here!
He's a liaison.
Like the Carinade's first thing. You ready to die for your country?
So Jeremy has barely made it out of the building, and he sees you just bull rushing him like, hey, you! Oh god, you're the guy that blew up those that was, he puts air quotes, propaganda. He does a wink. What's up? Please don't kill me.
How does a rock... Number one, how does a rock blow something up?
It sure doesn't! Please don't kill me!
Fucking dumbass. 2, you forgot this tie. 3,
I'm wearing it. Okay, he puts on a second tie.
good. 3, I have bought your services in the defense of the flotilla and also the defense of the flotilla.
What's the flotilla?
I don't know. Come with me. We're gonna go figure that out. Also, Animal's coming with. So we need to pick him up too.
So Jeremy nods and goes, "Oh, I'm going to die." Got it. Fuck.
No, it'll be fine. So what do you do exactly?
Oh, I don't have a power.
Bob,
I'm
Oh shit!
I would just like you to know that listening to you roleplay a man with 3 dice in charm is bringing me immense joy.
Well, hang on. So Carradine has 3 dice in charm and 4 dice in command. So he's really good at telling people what to do. He's just not really good at making it sound appetizing or just something they'd
It
want
seems
to
like
do.
you need to put the poor Jeremy through a boot camp of stress to awaken a power.
Can we just hand him one of the floating artifacts we have?
All right, Jeremy. What? I didn't ask what power
I-
you had. I asked.
I
what
check
thing you
ID
do.
when people enter the wharf.
So you're good at looking for details.
Kind of, yeah.
Correct?
Oh my god, we can give him G-Slice's power. We can give him G-Slice's power.
So,
And that's a bad idea
See-
too. Didn't this guy fucking cut someone's hand off?
yes. Okay, Jeremy, I'm going to teach you a little something about selling yourself here.
Yeah, Moxie, I like it.
Selling people is
So-
illegal in the hub, sir. Oh God, I'm so sorry. Please.
Okay, Jeremy, I need you to understand what turns of phrase are. So, by putting down your resume is you are trying to sell yourself to someone so that they hire you to work for them.
So a resume, is that like a bill of sale?
No.
I don't speak
Resume
French.
It's your skill set.
I check IDs. He does finger guns.
So, you take that check IDs and you spin it a little bit to make you sound better so that people want to hire you more. You don't check IDs, you use your investigative skills to check whether or not an individual is allowed within your premises.
Oh, I see. You use more words to say the same. I see. He does
Yeah.
He taps his head, points to you, goes back. I see.
Exactly. You use bigger words that sound better, that make people think that you're good at what you do. And I hope you are. Let's go.
Wow, maybe he does have 2 dice in mind.
2 dice in mind is the human average. I think this guy might have 1.
That's what I was saying, is maybe he has more than substandard intelligence.
Keep making him do fingered guns. Maybe he'll develop a finger gun based power.
So we cut to Charlie having just finished the negotiation with Karenade, telling him what to do. You guys have ascended past the cloud layer. It's gotten surprisingly foggy, surprisingly fast.
Oh, we were grabbing the Delver room before we went, right?
Were you?
I thought so.
I mean, we had planned on it, so
Oh, okay. There's a scene for that then.
Where's the rock fighting the thunder dragon?
We'll get there. So, as you guys remove the Delver rune from the water purification tank, the fop guarding it recognizes you guys, nods you on up, begins yelling down to his other fops "Hey, we're closing up shop for the day." "What? Boss said so." "What? Boss said so. Close it up." And they start packing everything up, moving out, locking up the premises. The Delver rune pulses with that unearthly energy, and everything around it just feels a lot more concrete, a lot more real. As you remove it, it quiets down a little bit. Who is removing it? Who is going up to it? How are they doing it?
I would assume I would, because I think no. Actually, I guess it doesn't really matter.
It might be best if it's Avery, since he doesn't have a focus of his own, and I think Captain Dumont has a focus. It might.
Is it being loaded onto the spirit, and how big is it?
It's about the size of... smaller than a dinner plate. Like, it fits into your hand, but you'd have to, like, extend your fingers a little bit.
Okay. So it's not particularly large or heavy?
That's a lot bigger than I thought it was.
Okay. I was honestly...
It's like a large belt buckle.
The size of a small car.
No.
Okay.
It's a piece of carved bone with some metal clasps on it and some oily ash drawing a sigil that's way more durable than it has any right to be.
Cool.
Okay. So, does Captain Dumont get near, like within, let's say, a yard of the Delver room?
Probably, if it's being loaded onto the spirit.
Okay. As it approaches the spirit and as it moves past you, you feel not like a cold, but something seize your heart. Your blood runs stagnant in your veins for a moment as, for lack of a better word, reality sets in.
Well, then it'll find 100,000 years of Captain Dumont staring back at it.
Now, you do have immunity to meta effects, so this thing, a lot of its effects get shut down, but as this rune gets near Captain Dumont, it glows with a light you guys haven't seen before. It begins getting almost red hot, and as you guys know, whalebones are incredible heat sinks, so this thing's siphoning a lot of energy.
So what do I get anything doing C powers on it?
It's okay. So as you see powers, this thing isn't siphoning from Captain Dumont. This thing is siphoning from his connection to the ship.
Which is a perfectly normal ship, nothing to see here, be on your way.
Avery will run up and say, "Hey, Captain, maybe I should carry that. They don't usually do that. I can just hold it."
I thought
He's not carrying it. It's just near him.
Yeah, you were just walking by Captain Dumont.
It's like as soon as it got within like a little bit less than a yard, everything started going crazy.
Well, Captain Dumont will wander over towards it, sort of peer at it, and give a sniff. What an unpleasant little artifact.
You lose one in every stat.
He'll give a shiver and wander off towards the other direction.
As you get more than a yard away from it, the stats return and the room quiets down.
Very unpleasant little artifact. I don't like it.
What happens if we try and bring that on the ship?
It livens up while it's on the ship, but nothing too untoward happens.
Okay.
So what's the Captain? What's the furthest room from anything important on the ship? Do you just have like a hole of inert stuff or a hold or something?
I actually do kind of want it out on deck to control the damp near us.
In that case, Captain Dumont will indicate that you should place it near the prow of the ship, far from the captain's quarters and the wheel.
Yeah, I'll go sit with it up front.
Okay. As you guys...
Avery would like to ask a crew member how best to affix it.
I'm just going to be holding it.
Okay.
The crew member quietly puts down their mega pack roll of duct tape.
That's a little anachronistic, don't you think?
Actually, if they want to duct tape it to the ship, I'll sit next to it.
If you actually say something about anachronisms, the crew member will give you a somewhat doe-eyed look and then wander off.
Avery will just kind of watch him go and then nod to himself and sit down.
Okay. As you guys crest the skies, the clouds grow thick, unnaturally so, almost.
A crewman will wander around with heavy coats and goggles if necessary. offering them to our passengers.
Okay. So, let me just... Charlie has how many hard dice in perception?
Endless perception 2.
Just 2?
Yeah.
Okay, you don't have anything that would trigger an active one yet.
Okay.
Is there a navigator on the ship? Like, is there a room with maps that navigates courses and all that stuff?
Sure.
Okay. One of your crewmen, one of your crew raises a little alert. Sir, our navigation device, our tools are off. He shows you a little dial that has like bearing, and I'm forgetting all of my nautical terms right now that I looked up. I am sorry. The little disc with the longitude and latitude is spinning, rocking. The compass is like not even moving at all, which is not good considering it should be.
Captain Dumont will give a solid thump on it a couple times and then scowl disappointedly when it fails to have any effect.
As you thump it, it unsticks and rights itself, and it appears to be following something in the clouds.
Captain Dumont will peer out the windows. It seems adventure is afoot. Follow that dial.
The crewman goes, "Aye, aye, sir!" And you guys feel a hard rock of the ship as he pivots. Charlie, you're allowed to make an active perception check if you'd like.
Sick. Let me see. How many do I need to roll? I don't think it's too many.
While you're rolling, we're going to go to Mr. President and Bayou Bill. You guys exit the wormhole. 2 tens?
John's
Hold on to that.
7 tens.
John's gonna try to comfort Bayou Bill from, half his face being melted off.
Bill was appreciative, but
You could have told me, buddy. I didn't know, going through the portals, it's so pleasant for me. I didn't...
It's really not much of a problem, to be honest. Now, Bill kind of gestures with the gator skin left in his hand now that's slowly just dripping. Do you you got a preference by where I should put this? You think there are any trash cans nearby?
You guys hear a voice over an intercom. Please just deposit it in the waste containment unit. And you guys realize you are in a like a tempered glass cell, like a containment unit.
Oh. What? Bill looks around. What does the containment unit look like?
It's a heptagon, so 7 sides. Each wall has a very faint arcane etching on it. You notice the geometry is very precise but very skewed, and you guys notice a heptagon with diagonals and I believe an eye in the middle. You guys can roll streetwise on that for me if you'd like.
Just double checking. I can't see that far, right?
You cannot, no.
Okay.
Are there any... There's not a septagram in this room, is there?
Is septagram the 7-sided one, or is
tens.
heptagram?
Septagram, it would be a 7-sided star, I believe.
Not a star, but a 7-sided polygon with the diagonals lined out.
Well, I did not think this would ever come up, but the instant that Bill realizes that the tooth throbs like crazy, and he kind of buckles at his knees a bit until he can get control of himself again.
So, Mr. President recognizes the symbol of the 7th Sons.
Oh, fuck. Sorry.
I mean, I've heard you swear before.
Alright, who are you and how did you move through that? We've been trying to trigger it for 3 days.
This is our portal?
You made this.
We
Yes.
did not. We were given a gate by Johnny Switchblade.
You see them reach under a cabinet and pull out what looks to be an advanced ray gun. Don't move!
Okay, what does this guy's
Sam, quick
BP
question. How violent usually are these researchers from the seventh?
Not at all.
Okay. All right. The researchers aren't that violent. I'll say that to Bayouville, but still be on edge.
All right.
We are lowering the containment cell. Please do not move. You hear the hiss of
Alright.
gas as the glass panes descend. Who is this Johnny Switchblade and how did they make a stable Eigengate?
Well, he
Less information's probably better here. Listen, it's just part of what he does. I don't really know. We're just gonna go. We gotta go somewhere, though.
We're going to need to insist that you submit to a full physical to make sure there's no adverse effects.
we've done this before and we were fine.
We've already done a physical while going through this. We're a little bit ahead of you on this.
Oh. Roll
Yeah.
lie? Roll lie?
Do you want me to roll?
Yeah, just go for it. Just gain the willpower. Or whatever,
Alright.
assuming you roll 2 10s. I'm just...
Maybe I should roll just because there's a chance for more willpower.
Perhaps only roll normal, considering we're in a containment
No.
cell.
And this is the seventh sun.
You are rolling Hypercharm?
Hypercharm against
I'm
the
rolling
seventh sun?
I'm rolling my normal charm.
Okay, just normal charm. Got it. Cool.
3 10s.
They go.
Which means
Oh.
willpower.
Oh, so this isn't... Oh, okay. I think we see what's going
so
on
if
here.
you're approved to go through the gate, you're safe to go through. But you got to get approval.
Why was this exit originally just in an abandoned part of the cables? Was it moved?
Switchblade didn't really tell us much about how the exit worked.
Okay, in
He
that
told us
in that
it
instance, he puts down the ray gun. I'm calling my superior, and I would like to formally apologize for moving your exit.
Why'd you move our exit? Where'd you move our exit?
We can't answer that because we don't know. We were not informed. We are just field researchers.
Where are you now?
So we are technically in a pocket dimension.
Well, that's inconvenient.
Put the gate back.
Or if you can't do that, we needed to get to the slums. Can you help us with that?
Can you get us to a
let me-
specific person?
Let me call my boss. I'll be right back. He sprints down the hall.
Pick it up the chain.
Sam, can I roll mine for how susceptible, how violent they get to hypercharm here?
Yeah, go for it. You can also roll streetwise to see if it's
Okay.
like if there's any red flags with the upper management of the Seven Sons. You
Okay, I'll roll
know,
2 separate ones.
most
5, 10.
tech-based factions don't like hyper charm.
Got it.
Because they kind of understand how to beat like physical confrontations. They can build a gun, they can't build a better them
Yet.
All right. Do they have like detect hypercharm?
You
stuff?
remember they do from the last time you were in Slaughter's Corner.
Okay.
Hey, remember how you got those organ sleeves and had a bunch of ray guns pop out when you tried to do it?
That's
That was
right.
the Seventh Sons.
Like, listen, and that's been like how many months though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In game or in real world?
In real world and in
Okay.
game.
Good couple.
So you can also roll streetwise to see if you know anything about the upper management of the Seventh
I
Sons.
already did.
Cool. What'd you
5
get?
tens.
5 tens? Got it. You know that it's probably not a good thing to meet an upper member of the Seventh Sons. They get exponentially more competent as you go up the ladder.
We should probably go.
You know the head of the Seventh Sons, the alchemist. He was like one of 20 people who actually managed to put up a good fight against the Iceman.
Yeah, we don't want to meet the upper management. I'm gonna go look at the nearest researcher. Be like, hey, send us back to where this exit was.
Roll persuasion.
I'm gonna roll command.
Oh yeah, that works.
I'm gonna scare him instead.
Yeah, roll intimidation. Yeah, go for it.
410s without hyper. I got a really good roll there, Sam.
Send us home, mortal.
I got a really good roll there, Sam.
I just imagine him just saying, "Open the portal," and the guy just does it. Like,
He's like,
there's no threat involved. He's just like, yeah,
like he just thinks he's
right
like, obviously this man knows more than me. He pushes a few buttons. You hear a boot up sequence, and he goes, "Okay, so I've overloaded the reactor accidentally.
This portal better be back when I come back through this end." And so I go step through.
We have to not have this go super critical, because that will follow you through the portal. I'm just gonna... and then you see him freeze as if he's frozen in time. And you just hear a voice go, don't worry, I've fixed the reactor. And you see a man close like a very ornate notebook and go, "Hi there, my name's
Do I know?
Hi there, I'm the
Oh,
alchemist."
Of course, Sam. Why wouldn't you have the alchemist here? Why wouldn't you have the alchemist here? Why wouldn't you have the alchemist here, Sam? Why are you guys investigating an Eigengate?
I will move to shake the alchemist's hand.
And I'll hold my hand. Yeah, I did. What's funny is I reached out with my hand in real life like a fucking idiot. I real life
Alchemist
like
manifests physically in your house and shakes your
I
hand.
do that. I do that so frequently.
I literally went to go shake Sam's hand through my computer screen like a moron.
If you do it enough times, eventually it'll actually happen. But Bill will reach out to shake this man's hand, because I don't think Bill would know who he is.
He's going to grasp his notebook and go, "I'm so sorry, but I don't have any hand sanitizer on me. I'm not too comfortable with contact."
I reckon that's fair.
The coronavirus.
You work with a plague tinker, and it really opens your eyes to a lot of things. I understand you've been... this is not where you intended to wind up. Is that correct?
Yeah, we
can
were...
you please put our Eigengate back where
Of
you
course,
found
of course. He opens his notebook, flips a few pages, and you see him start drawing out complex physics diagrams. And about where would you like to end up? Because I can put this about anywhere.
Where was Dr. Cowboy again?
He was going to wind up in the cables. It looks like... You know what? Your mind's good enough that you can actually... yeah. It looks like Dr. Cowboy was going to wind up in the cables right outside of 5 points.
Mm.
It is outside of 5 points, but still.
Okay, yeah, right out at the cables. And I'll explain the area.
He's going to raise an eyebrow at that and go, "You sure about that?"
Yeah, we're meeting a specific person. Oh, wait, no, we don't want it right outside of that. Just in the cables, then. Close to that area, but not near that area.
Alright, understandable. And just for future reference, because we do owe you an apology. What, are you with a gang or with a group, perhaps? An employer we could contact?
Yeah. Sam, what do we put the... I'll
Candy shop?
Yeah, I'll put the candy shop sign. I'll make the candy shop sign. You can reach them through the bar.
Verbal kink? Alright,
Yeah.
understood. Again, terribly sorry. And just for the record, please never speak of this to anyone. It was Johnny Switchblade who made this portal, right? That's what you said?
Yes.
Well, thank you. That information will be very useful to us.
You gotta stop giving out so much information, Tom. Please. Please. Tom.
Bill and InfoSec are not acquainted.
I will turn to Mr. President and say, "I thought you didn't like the guy. This seems like a problem for him."
I'll wait until we're out of earshot and we walk through the Eigengate again.
So you guys see the alchemist complete an ungodly complex diagram, snap his notebook shut, and you guys are just at the cables.
He did Nishot's homework.
Bill sighs with like
I don't think it was
relief
that.
that he's not in the room anymore.
As soon as like we're in where we need to be, I'm like, bye, you, Bill. with all
No
due
turns, you're
respect,
kind of rubbing his gum where the tooth is. Yeah.
you're not supposed to go be very trusting to people. So don't go giving information out that doesn't need to be out. You probably just put a hit. They're probably gonna now attempt to kidnap Johnny Switchblade to force him to make more gates.
I thought you didn't care for the bastard.
Yeah,
I don't care
but
for him much either.
Just imagine a faction that's known for being very violent, and I think they do human
Violent. You
trafficking.
just said
right?
that.
Considering he came back to life once, I don't think they can actually take him.
They will weaponize him. That guy took on the Iceman, and was very okay with it.
Listen, your words don't mean nothing to me, politics. Let's just get going where we're going.
Also, I don't think you were around when he took on the Iceman, Chris. Well,
Actually, my character
Mr.
was in the area where the Iceman struck, like near the area, so he knows like a lot more.
Mr.
about
President
what
would
happened
know
this
quite a bit, yeah.
but like, we
I
were.
don't care when you say politics.
And also, it was my streetwise check that told me that he
Yeah.
survived a encounter. Again, Bill.
Okay, we're
All due
gonna.
respect.
Well,
You're a
Tom
great
is
guy.
laughing. Oh, finish that thought. Then we're gonna cut.
You're a great guy. But please, I feel really bad if we got someone turned into some sort of like meat machine where they made portals so that people could invade areas.
That's not as bad as what you were saying you wanted to have happen to him.
Listen, that's just what I think they would do. I'm sure they will come up with way worse.
Nice. What you said you wanted to do to Switchblade's worse than that.
I wanted to kill Switchblade because he abuses his power.
Well, your fucking the method you wanted, man. My God.
All right, we're gonna cut to how is chivalry approaching bats? What persuasion check did you get? Or
Well,
not
the
persuasion?
the sense
Perception.
check I had for the photo, I don't know if it matters. I got 2 2s and 2 3s.
2 3s. Hey, there's a bats as a little kid in that photo. That's interesting.
Okay, it's very unfortunate that Chivalry wasn't technically aware during that entire altercation. Okay. Chivalry will very quietly sit up next to Bats, take out a bottle, take out one of his last few bottles of fairy beer, take his helmet off, put it next to him, just sit down and sigh and say, "You all right, lad?"
Bats is gonna jump and go. Hey, sorry. Right, we're supposed to be open by now, aren't we? Hey, he's wiping the tears and like trying to look as cleaned up as possible in like half a second. And go, hey, I was just restocking. How can I help you?
Well, I came in here. I wanted to talk to Quartz, and I saw you weren't open. So I heard someone crying. Door was unlocked. Thought I'd come and make sure everything was all right. You good?
He's like quietly kicking the photo under a nearby shelf. Never better. Doing great.
Now, one thing that I was going to ask Quartz, I suppose I should ask you as well. We were gonna. I don't know what this accent I'm doing for chivalry is, but we were gonna see if we could help you. We have someone who might be able to fix memories. I'm gonna assume what you were doing there is pertinent to that.
Let me roll stability for bats.
Oh no!
He's gonna nod and go. Yeah, it was.
We might be able to get you back together. Fix your
How old is
body up
Bats?
too.
That's a hard question to answer.
How old does Bats appear to be?
20s,
Okay.
ambiguously. He's gonna go. Okay. Normally I'd ask Quartz for this, but Mannequin grabbed him for something. I don't know what's going on there. Roll persuasion.
Sure.
You get like one. You'll get like one line while he's thinking it over. If you had to like throw anything else in, what would you say?
Okay, let me see what Chivalry's persuasion is.
Doesn't he
Wait,
have...
he
doesn't
he
have-
inherits that from Avery, doesn't he? Wait, wait, no,
No,
he
he
doesn't
inherits
inherit that.
mind and sense. If he doesn't have charm or persuasion,
He doesn't.
he cannot make this roll, I think.
He does not have charm or persuasion.
Tell you what. I will let you spend up to 2 willpower if you'd like to attempt this roll.
Okay, so
I don't know that I would do that. Chivalry's
I feel
not good
like-
on willpower.
I feel like I've told Bats the truth of what we can offer him, and I can't think of anything more I could say, so I'm not going to spend the willpower.
Okay. For the record, Avery can gift Chivalry willpower at any time.
Mm-hmm. Avery
Okay.
doesn't have much either at the moment due to a previous experience.
Okay. So Bats is going to nod. He's going to think it over and go. Would this be in exchange for anything, or are you just doing this out of like the goodness of your heart?
We had wanted your help with the situation, but to be perfectly frank, if it doesn't work, I don't see why we should ask you to stay on with us. It's worth trying, though.
And chivalry means that 100% the truth.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
like, this is a thing that Chivalry would truly, honestly want to help Bats with. And if it works, yeah.
All right. Bats is able to see that you mean what you say. Bats, for the moment, because of everything your group has done with Chernoff in the past, what little you have done, and the fact that Bats does not know you imprisoned him, he's going to agree. He will make his way to the candy shop with you guys.
All right. Chivalry will reach down, put his helmet back on, and help Bats to the candy shop.
There were a lot of modifiers in that agreement.
There were, but for someone who doesn't have charm and who's generally, it seemed like the best one we could get from him.
Hey, important question that I'm fairly sure I know the answer. He was entirely unconscious when we made the deal with Barrett, right?
Yes.
Okay.
He was
He has no
technically
knowledge of
dead
it.
for like half of it.
I would also like it to be known that Chivalry had his helmet off during that, so that powerful character moment, we got to see Chivalry's hair, which is made of tinsel, and like a Fabio cut.
How long have you been waiting to reveal Chivalry's hair?
2 years.
Wow. All right.
Pretty bad helmet hair.
Yeah.
By the way, I have 2 quotes in quotes by request.
Can't get helmet hair if you don't have sweat.
This is true.
But yeah, 2 quotes. So they're both good to publish. One from Bob, one from Tom.
I would appreciate if you could give Bayou Bill's real name.
I don't know it, so I will not.
His name is William Beauregard Sherman.
Bayou William.
That's Bayou William to you.
Mr. Bayou Billions.
It's funny because today I spelled Bayou as B-I-U.
No!
Bayou Bill and his brother Bivouac Billy.
So we're going to cut to Propulsion having blasted straight to the,
With that out of hell.
or not Lighthouse, but,
Bat out of hell.
was this, so, I wrote down Lighthouse. I meant to say, like, is this the Silver Tongue drop, or is this the Lighthouse scouting mission? Because
I thought it was the Silver Tongue drop.
Silver
Yeah, that's-
Tongue drop.
Yeah,
Got
that's
it.
what we were
Right.
talking about.
But I was under the impression that the lighthouse wasn't the drop, but there was something going on there.
there was something in the Lighthouse I
You're correct. We
miswrote.
were just saying the wrong thing.
Yeah. That was on
Okay.
me. Okay. So, you guys make it to the little house on the island. The home by the sea.
Still playing Bad Out of Hell max volume.
As you guys approach this house, something changes almost in an instant. The sky begins peeling back like wallpaper off of a soggy wall. The floor and sky rush together to meet you guys as it feels like you hit the ground hard. It's hardwood, warped, books, papers, and refuse litter the room.
Not this bullshit again.
You say that, Imp looks at you. What?
Whose mindscape are we in this time?
You
What?
see a man hanging by a noose.
Oh no.
What?
A wide bay window fractured, showing infinite possibilities of the world in front of you. And
Wait.
You
In the
see-
infinite possibilities.
yeah,
I am playing music in all of them.
Nobody cares.
Very angry.
amongst
Shit once before it almost killed him.
amongst the scattered papers, you see red ink, almost not as if it's been painted on purpose, but as if it's just lined up through fate. You see the words "The cycle must end" scrawled across every page.
What cycle?
You guys don't know. You feel something is deeply wrong with this area, though.
Amp, where did you take us? You were supposed to take us. Propulsion. Where did you take us? We were supposed to go to the lighthouse, right? This doesn't feel like a lighthouse.
I don't know, but I really want to punch Johnny Switchblade right now.
Who?
Blaming him for this. How do we get out of here?
I just pick me up and go back the way you came, right?
That we're in a room, and I assume we got here through metaphysical bullshit.
What if?
That's the and therefore.
What if I blow a hole through the wall?
I don't think that's going to work. And if it does work, this could also be an illusion to get us to lash out at something. I am Propulsion.
I didn't see Derek's question.
I was saying, like, why are you talking in...
He's like a Pokemon. Propulsion!
So, this could be an illusion to get us to lash out at something and then make us look bad. Again. So I don't think that's a good idea. What I think we do is we figure out what metaphysical bullshit put us here,
Is there a door?
and then maybe I punch a wall.
There's a window.
Is there... I'm gonna punch the window. We'll go out through the window.
Matthews. Derek. His name is David Matthews.
Okay.
Just tape it behind.
As your fist makes contact with the window.
I never said I was going to punch the
Yeah, he
No.
never said that.
Oh wait. How are you breaking the window?
I asked Propulsion to punch the window.
Oh, I thought you said Amp was punching. My bad.
No.
Okay, my bad. Is Propulsion saying no?
Propulsion's gonna like tap the window.
You see fractures and spirals ripple through your finger and die, like fade away on your hand.
Oh great. Oh joy.
Propulsion's like having a fucking crisis here, and Amp's just
The
like...
last time I went into someone's mindscape,
Amp's just trying to
I
figure out
got
what drug he
bisected
did.
by a molten I-beam.
Amp's trying to figure out what drug they did beforehand. What did I take?
So you hear a whispering gasp almost say, help a man down, wouldn't you?
Fine, I grab the rope and burn it.
What did I take?
This is just the city. You live here.
The power doesn't appear to be working on the rope.
Alright, then I
You
try and tear it.
A voice echoing in the back of your head, not the hanged man's. It almost feels like just you knowing something. Says, you need a tool. You look down in your hand. How does propulsion conceptualize their current problem? Like, if they had to describe what is the problem right now, what would they say?
Metaphysical bullshit has happened again, and I'm stuck in someone's hellscape of a mind.
And if they had to think of a tool to fix that, what would they choose?
Can I make a suggestion?
I don't think you want me to answer that because...
Choose. Do it. Do it. He asked you the question.
Bob, can I make a suggestion?
Sure.
Johnny Switchblade Straight Razor.
I was gonna say Johnny Switchblade.
Oh, fuck.
I was gonna say, the person who got me into this problem before was Johnny Switchblade. The person who can get me out of this problem is Johnny Switchblade.
Johnny Switchblade is there. It's a version of him you haven't seen before. This one looks both younger and far more ragged. You see several hospital discharge bands on his wrist. His suit is raggedy but still purple. You have his switchblade in your hand, and you see him open a door, and he just goes, "How did you... Hey, you can't be in here."
Propulsion, we broke into someone's house!
No, we didn't. The metaphysical bullshit broke into us.
You see him look at the fucking mess. He goes, "Oh, God damn it." He looks at the hangman and goes,
Question number one for you,
"What?
asshole.
What?"
Mr. Switchblade, sir. Who the fuck is this? And I just point to the hanging man.
Okay, you seem familiar. You know my name. Have we... I assume we meet in the future.
I kill a version of you in your mind.
Good for you, man. Yeah, look, I'm on parole right now. I can't be fighting. This is kind of a probation thing for me. I'm supposed to watch over him because I stole something from here. Look. Oh, yeah, you have the knife right there. Yeah, that's what I stole. Look, you can't be here.
Cool, we don't want to be here.
Cool, door's right there. Just... You know what? Take the knife. Actually, take the knife. Just... Next time you see me, though, actually, no, it'd be in your past, wouldn't it? This is fucked. I hate this.
So do I. I just want to either A, drop off some drugs, or B, get backstabbed and punch the person that backstabs me. I'm expecting one of two things to happen after I leave this place.
Wait, you're expecting me to backstab you?
Not you! The other assholes.
As you go to leave, you hear a droning voice in the back of your head. It says, "Johnny, you know your term's coming to an end."
My name's not Johnny. It's David.
No, he's talking to Switchblade.
I know, but still.
The body
fuck
pivots
you.
to look
Get
at
out of my
propulsion.
head.
Someone needs to take over his shift when he's gone.
Oh, God.
I'm going to burn this place to the ground.
It doesn't have to
real
be
world.
you. It doesn't have to be you, but
I don't give a shit. This place is gonna be ashes. Fuck you.
Are we burning this place down now?
Later.
There's a lot. Listen, I took something before you flew here. I'm gonna be honest.
Why?
I did not expect this. All right, I thought this was gonna be easy, but I think I'm following. We burned this place down.
Not now.
What? Why not?
We have other things to do. This place is pissing me off. I
could delete this from existence. I could delete it from existence right
If
now.
you say that in character, Johnny puts up says, "No, you don't want to do that," and you just get the fractals of the mirror coalesce into one probability. What happens if the hanged man dies, and you see a black sphere with a fiery wreath around it, an obsidian floor, and a golden mahogany and gold ornate desk. You see a shadowy man with goat eyes smiling.
Oh, cool! It's Sauron.
You say that in character?
Yes.
Fades a second later.
Oh, cool! It's Sauron. People have killed him before. We're good. Let's get the fuck out of here. Let's go. Don't want to be here anymore. It's pissing me off.
All right. Yeah.
Did you actually drop the silver tongue anywhere?
No.
You guys leave the home. And, the evil is still behind you, but you can leave the silver tongue at the dead drop location.
I'm gonna try to play. What's your favorite music, Propulsion? You know, I gotta play something to make you calm. You seem a little upset.
No, it's just the last time I was in anything concerning that asshole's mindscape, I got bisected by an I-beam.
You hear a voice behind you. It's not my mindscape, okay? It's not mine.
I don't believe you.
Look, he's not wrong. I know he's an asshole, but he's not wrong. I'm gonna be... Free feels wrong because it's not been awful here. But look, he's not wrong. Someone's gotta be with him. If it's not me. It used to be Blake, then it was me. It's gotta be someone else soon. I'm not saying...
Why not you again?
It can't be me twice.
I'm pretty sure you're already gone.
Well, yeah. If I met you already in the future, that means I got out of here and went back. That means I'm fated to not be here again.
It's too...
Cool. Let's go meet the Iron Legion. Fuck, I hate saying that. Let's go.
Wait. We're gonna go meet the Iron Legion now?
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
I thought we were dropping off the...
Yeah, you're just dropping off the silver tongue and I'm leaving.
I'm assuming they're gonna be there, because I don't trust them.
Are we gonna go solo the Iron Legion? I mean, I'm down. I'm down. Don't get me wrong.
I am espousing the worst case scenario of them being there and backstabbing us.
Current mood be, like, we could just delete it off the face of the universe.
So, Johnny Switchblade's gone. It's just a normal house. It's about like 6 hours later.
I'm gonna flip off the house.
Okay, we're gonna cut to, let's see here.
Bob, I really love that anger you were bringing.
There's so much anger and so much confusion because Amp hasn't dealt with Johnny Switchblade, doesn't know who the Hangman is, doesn't know what the fuck is going on.
Propulsion doesn't know who the Hanged Man is.
Charlie Metaman doesn't know who the Hangman is.
So much fucking confusion.
Propulsion just assumed either A, someone was fucking with us, or B, Johnny Switchblade got fucked again.
So we learned some important stuff there.
Did something about someone needing to watch the hang.
Drop Corey there. Tell him it's his penance.
I don't think that.
We'll drop.
This would seem to apply.
Wait. We'll drop Jeremy. Jeremy off there.
Who's the famous? We'll drop Cobb there. We'll leave.
No.
Considering the implication here is that Johnny Switchblade is a balancing force of the universe, as some sort of servant to A, if not the demiurge. I say we leave Jeremy. I trust them.
Oh my!
So at least people's IDs would be checked before they went and stole the hangman.
Oh my god, we gotta get him. Oh, we gotta get him G Slice's power too.
Okay, so who are we shifting to?
So, first things first, Propulsion has to record that they have Switchblade Straight Razor. They still have that.
Oh shit.
No. Also, did you cut the hanged man down, or?
No, they did not.
Johnny told us to leave, so we left. I didn't want to be. He's like, "Yeah, here's the way out. Good, I'm gone."
I still regret not having Avery ask the hanged man if he needed help back up into the news.
Jesus fucking Christ, Sam. Tom, I was drinking. Jesus Christ, Tom. It was the closest to death
So
I've gotten.
We cut to Captain Dumont, Charlie, and Avery.
We're currently chasing adventure through
7/10s.
Yes.
You see the faintest hint of a fin and inside, like a millipede, segmented creature flying through the air. You've heard of these before once, a long, long time ago. You know what? No, they're well known. You just caught a glimpse of a Gorgon. I don't know if you...
Like the armor?
No, not the Gorgon Slayer. A Gorgon. So, you've heard of these because you've been in this area long enough, and it's close enough to their nesting grounds. Gorgons are, literally giant flying creatures whose gaze can turn things to stone. You shouldn't be near their nesting grounds, so it's incredibly strange that you're seeing one.
Huh.
What you do know is that you're in incredible danger because they can turn the airship to stone.
Sick.
Hey, Dumond, we should probably go down a bit, maybe under the clouds.
Fight.
Oh, what for? I'll meanwhile motion for one of the crew to start us slowly descending.
Also, Sam, is that the correct direction to go away from it? I'm guessing it is, but I just want to make sure that I'm not telling us to go closer to it. accident?
You wouldn't know without a survival check.
Yeah, I can't make that. So,
Captain Dubon is still following the
Go down.
quote-unquote malfunctioning gyro compass, so...
Hey, so we're coming up on a Gorgon. They're giant flying creature things that can turn stuff to stone with their gaze. They're like me, but for rocks instead of glass.
The instant you say that, Avery does the goofy gulp, like Scooby-Doo style. Takes that keep Solomon and immediately opens it.
All right.
All right.
Tell me what you roll.
Yeah,
Do I get any, considering the damp of the area, do I get any bonuses or does anything different happen?
One normal die bonus.
Neat.
Only because you did the gulp.
Okay.
You gulp down the damp. It's internalized.
All right.
Wait, that's not good.
4 9s of information about Gorgons.
So it immediately gives a diagram of the airship compared to the size of the Zeppelin. Or, sorry, the airship compared to a Gorgon. Gorgon's about 15 times as big.
Oh, damn. Oh, damn.
What do I get
damn.
about their habits? Like what do I learn about this powerful creature?
Fiercely territorial. Their nesting grounds are floating islands of gas sacks, stone, and eggs. When they're juveniles, they're actually much more reasonably sized. Very few live to be fully grown. They are so paranormal that electronic devices will malfunction around them. If magnets, they're weirdly magnetic. Which means the compass is pointing you at the Gorgon. Their stone power is not only light and vision based, they can focus it through their one big eye and multiple compound eyes into multiple beam attacks.
Okay, Avery will be ingest this information, look at these pages. He'll go paler than usual and just turn and point this diagram and these other diagrams, I'm assuming there's one of the eyes, to Captain Dubon. Just, Captain! Look!
Can I make a roll to see if Captain Dumond recognizes what this Gorgon is?
I mean, I'm actively trying to show you the contents.
I know. I want to see if Captain Dumond has run into a Gorgon before, because I don't know.
Make a mind plus... Make a survival check?
Okay.
Skills as the plot demands?
Yup. 3 8s.
You saw a juvenile one of these devastate the air fleet of Europa. Thousands
fantastic.
dead, an entire island rendered uninhabitable. This thing would be someone else's white whale, but not yours.
Captain Dumond will pull down an old style. You see on like World War II or World War I era battleships and movies, they pull down a pipe and speak through it to speak to other parts of the ship.
Okay, I have an idea.
He'll pull out one of those and sort of like in a loud whisper say, "All hands rigged for silent running. All hands rigged for silent running."
Okay, I need a compass. I have an idea.
There is a compass in the navigation room.
Okay, I need to grab it and I need to turn it sideways to see if it's pointing up or down. Since it's pointing at it.
Very smart. You can use that to locate it in
Exactly.
space.
So,
The crew
Sam, do you
will
understand what I'm
efficiently
saying?
yep.
the crew will efficiently run about dousing lights, and the ship's engine will sputter, cough, and then start running much more slowly but significantly quieter.
So, one thing I
What
forgot
kind
to...
of engines does this ship even use? Like, is this a combustion situation? What are we looking at here?
I don't know.
Runs on mummies.
Okay.
So,
Noise. Let me make a note.
Tom, you know from the Lesser Key of Solomon that is
You know
correct.
exactly what it runs on.
The Gorgons are drawn to sound and light. Killing the engines is actively the best way to avoid them. Their eyesight, surprisingly, not great. It's pretty much entirely motion based.
Avery will whisper yell this to everyone. Just try not to get in front of any of its eyes. They're located
All over it.
Avery will kind of take out
Every
a sock
joint
puppet
is full
he
of
had.
eyes.
Avery will take out a sock puppet he had in his pocket, put it on his hand, and just kind of gesture at like the entire side of it. Their eyes just don't. Here. Yeah. Just don't make any big noises. Be quiet. No lights.
Any final questions about the Gorgons before we exhaust the Lesser Key of Solomon?
If a Gorgon sees us, what do?
Get out of its direct line of sight before you turn to stone and stay as still as humanly possible.
All right. Avery will share that information, and the book will snapshot.
So, as Charlie is about to... So Charlie grabs the compass. It's spinning wildly as you hold it horizontally. You flip it vertically. It points straight down.
I'm gonna communicate, walk out and quietly get the eye contact of Dumond and point up.
We'll nod slowly and start
So,
steering the
Captain
ship away.
Captain Dumont can make a mind check real fast. Mind plus a navigation check.
Sure.
I told you should have taken endless navigation.
That would be 3 5s.
You know that you should do a barrel roll right now.
We're gonna do a fucking barrel roll.
The ship does a 360-degree spin as the Gorgon shoots straight up right next to you. Its fin one of its guiding fins grazing the side of the ship, just almost wrecking one of the engines immediately. The ship would have been almost cut in half if you hadn't gotten out of the way. This thing's moving definitely faster than sound.
And can I tell whether that was a deliberate attempt by it to wreck us, or whether we were just happened to be in its way?
You wouldn't know. Not without a survival check.
Could Charlie make some sort of perception to guess that?
Make an incredibly difficult empathy check.
Okay. Okay, 5 7s?
Yeah, that's good enough. As you see it moving straight up, you realize it was heading for where you were not a second ago. It was heading for where the engines were still loud.
Mm.
You think it just didn't like the noise you guys were making.
Yeah, okay.
Avery will whisper yell to Captain to Captain Dumont. Do you have enough crew to take out the oars?
Fine suggestion, my friend, but perhaps not the time.
I honestly don't know what your limits are, and I just kind of expect you to have these skills.
The engine will still be currently functioning, but we will be moving fairly slowly and very quietly.
One of the crew approaches you and whispers, Captain, the engine's not down, but it's leaking some fuel. We're worried it'll run fine. But if it heats up, it's gonna...
I should interject here, Sam, that as of now, because of what you have said, the engine of this ship, where usually you would have a coal fire or something like that burning, is in fact, if it's ever opened, it holds the quite cheerful and still animate burning corpse of a man named Sam McGee, who froze to death in
the Arctic Sea
of Alaska. No, he froze to death in Alaska while seeking gold, and his last request was to be cremated. And he is being eternally cremated in the heat of the Spirit of the Unknown's engine.
That is so incredibly fucked up.
I love that. Derek, gain willpower.
Thrilled to be there.
Fuck did I hear?
So the crew member is going to say, one of the gaskets is overheating. It'll run fine, but it might blow out and make a hell of a lot of noise. If we just take the ship down to about sea level, we can float for a little bit. We can just keep the balloon afloat, we can keep the ballast empty, and we can float for a little bit as we get repairs done. If we stay in the air, we might get this thing's attention. I'm not sure. Whether it's this thing or on the surface, it's up to you, Captain.
A fine suggestion, Ensign. Rig for landing on the ocean. He'll say that with a grim mien as he remembers the last time he had to make emergency landings in the ocean. The battle with the black captain of the submarine of... No, I got nothing. Somebody else come up with the name.
Nuxelnor.
The black captain of the submarine of the undersea city of Nuxelnor. Thank you.
So as you guys descend, you're coming up on a town. Looks half abandoned. Charlie, weirdly enough, your power's telling you that you have glass in this town.
Is this the town that we fought waterlogged in? Above?
As you see through the kaleidoscopic lenses, an arm raises and you see the decayed face of the waterlog that you turned to glass and was cut in half. It's Rictus grin with no chin or lip, or no cheeks or lips, smiling down at you.
He was like not a fan of us, right? So like he super shouldn't be smiling right now.
He has no other option. He has no flesh on his face.
Huh. What kind of states is? Sorry, could you run by what he's doing again?
He's currently staying in a corner so you can't get a good look at the rest of the town. But as soon as you got into range, he looked down at the parts of his body that were still glass. He seems to be aware you can see him, and your sea powers tells you that he can see you.
Hate it.
Are any of us close enough? Are any of the rest of us close enough to see him?
No, Charlie can only see him because he can see through glass.
Hey, so there's waterlogged down there. Also, I'll whisper that. I just forgot that in the moment. I was also thinking about soup. Sorry. There's waterlogged down there, so we might have some visitors on landing. I don't know.
Is that the town we were at that time?
I think so. Yeah. He's got part glass. I hit this one with glass. I don't think it'll work again based off what I heard about them.
Friends of yours, then?
Quite the opposite.
For some values of the word friend.
Maybe warm the guns up. Luckily, I have Albert with me. I'm going to pat my back.
Do I think that we're far enough away from the Gorgon that loud noises would no longer attract it?
You don't know.
Where are Dread Widows from?
Most places, I think.
They're pretty commonplace. They're about any place you could find spiders, you can find Grim Widows.
Because I was scared for a moment because we're in a place that seems like the kind of place that Evil Spider would live. That we might have to have a Charlie bye-bye Butterfree moment.
Oh no.
Captain Dumond will motion the two of you over and say,
My friends, I'm afraid I must impose upon you to assist me. The crew will be busy running repairs, so I must ask you to man the guns while we fend off these interlopers.
Charlie? The waterlogged is going to reach an arm out through a window to show you some civilians, and I will say I can do two things. One, I can just tell you it's fucked up and move on from there, but there are civilians they're holding hostage. Or two, I can describe to you exactly what they're doing to them with the knowledge that it's gonna be kind of gross and offensive.
No, I'm good with that gross and offensive.
I'd be happy to know, but I don't think anyone else would be, so we'll just go with knowing that they have hostages that they're doing not great things with.
When I say offensive, I don't mean anything like it's torture.
Yeah.
Not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Okay.
I get how waterlogged works.
Okay. But they do have living people that they have brought to this town who... How precise is Captain Dumond's bombardment?
I mean, it doesn't have radius on it.
No. Yeah, it's not got any area of effect stuff.
Okay.
So if it was targeted at a person, it's just going to hit the person, I think.
Okay.
I'm gonna write on the ground in front of him. We don't want to fight, and see how he responds to that.
With its bony hand, it swipes the floor, leaving 3 just deep gouges in the floor, and you lose sight of it. Like, the vision you have through the glass goes dark.
I mean, I have an idea that's probably not a great one.
You're gonna try and parlay with it?
Yes.
Alright, you can disembark from the boat, and, like, in a little lifeboat, you could... I assume you have those? I shouldn't assume?
Yeah.
Okay.
He mentioned this gift the first session.
I thought so, I just wanted to make sure. You could head down to Parlay and try and use your aquatic nature of the King of the Unseelie relation.
That's something that whether I had them or not, the supply locker has, so...
So Avery will, with sort of with some resignation, share that. So, well, whatever it is I do has been heightening lately, and I learned some stuff from chivalry. I might be able to parlay with them to leave us in peace. I don't really want to do that, but it is on the table. Yeah, Captain, this is your ship. Do you have any preference for what we do here? I'm not sure if the guns are accurate enough. You've not heard the hostages.
What exactly are we looking at here? What kind of horrors from beyond are we facing?
Waterlogged are basically immortal so long as they're wet. To my knowledge, they only they only are weakened if they are completely 100% dry, or otherwise out of the strange dampening effect of this entire region.
Which
A rescue
is
mission.
positive that we have Delver Rune on our persons.
They also seem to be able to turn into water and travel through water incredibly quickly.
So does the Delver Rune dry things out?
It absorbs the damp.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
The damp is a
Captain-
metaphysical force. You can glean that
Right.
from how they're talking.
Captain Dumond will frown pensively and stroke his goatee. Well, I find myself at a bit of a loss. My instinct is that we charge down there guns a-blazing and rescue these poor innocent folk, but we are on a mission here of great import.
I don't know if we'll be able to actually harm these things without the hardpoint weapons you have here. We weren't really able to hurt them last time we were here.
You could try the hard points. They will be in range soon if you keep moving forward, but you need to reach the whalers.
What kind of guns does this boat have? Because I'm feeling like I feel pretty good about guessing there's ballistas on here.
No, so imagine a giant semi-sci-fi looking beam cannon, but made out of like brass and clockwork.
Sick.
Yeah. With like a big old seat and a pair of controllers at the back, so somebody can sit in it and aim.
Okay. So like something you would see on a battleship if you had a weird steampunk World War II movie?
I don't have a reference image for it, but yeah, very steampunk. Hang on. Let's see if I can find an appropriate reference image real quick.
Okay. Seth, I thought of a non-explicit way to describe what is being done to the hostages. Would you want to hear it? Just so you can have a better... Okay.
Yeah.
Imagine a child strapped into a jury-rigged brass bowl and parents forced to watch through medical means.
Oh no! Captain Dumont is going to rescue these people and kill everyone involved.
Okay. Absolutely.
Yeah, and so Captain Dumont will get back on the horn and say, "Man the guns!"
The crew is ecstatic. They man the guns. The engine kicks on just a little bit, enough to keep you moving forward, but not enough that it'll backfire. Not enough to get you in the air, but enough that you'll be mobile.
Okay, well, I would like 2 of the seats to be left open for my good companions here to man guns
Probably
as
don't
well.
want me on a gun. I'm generally more useful when I'm basically hiding in a room and don't have anything else to do but hide in a room. And
Okay, fair enough.
Avery will ask if you have. He'll give a quick description of a wrist bow and ask if you have anything like that on board.
Oh, if you want the wrist bow, I can hand that to you.
All right. I mean, Avery is trained in that, so
Yeah, sure, you can have that.
You guys all have one. Ow.
We do?
Yeah,
I thought we only had one.
No, you only have one stock of like arrows, but they showed you how to make them.
Oh, okay, cool.
all right.
Then I'll hand you the arrows.
Okay. Or
How
wait. If they showed us how to make them, I'm going to assume that Avery's just had one that like chivalry carved for him or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
we
all
don't
right?
have the we don't have the arrows that like a whole lot of arrows just because they're hard to make. We need rock feathers.
All right. So I guess if you hand me the quiver.
So something weirdly complicated and kind of looking like this, but with a lot more brass.
Neat.
And then once we're in range, I would like to open fire on every drowned that I can see.
All right. So the second you pull into town, are you going into the town itself?
So is this town on like an island, or
It's just
Are
the
we in
high.
the-
It's the very tip of high rises that manage to get above the water here. The water is like 20 stories deep here.
Gotcha. Okay, so man the guns. Cannot use the medical-based science lab or supply locker on the same turn as the guns. So I still can repair on the same turn as the guns.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I will sort of stay around the edges and start pouring fire into any of the drowned that we see.
So as you pull into town, the drowned the waterlogged are not visible. You guys remember from the last time that you encountered these things love to hide. They love to do ambushes.
I'm gonna just start making chunks of glass everywhere. Not like big chunks of glass, just like little ones that I can use powers through all over the place.
You can like levitate glass and shit, right?
No, but it floats in water.
So, out of character, would it be a good idea for them all to be present and visible?
To see the drown, if you can see the waterlogged, you can shoot them. You cannot see any of them at the moment. Are you trying to draw them out?
I'm thinking I could try to do that. I don't know if it's a good idea or not.
I think it sounds like a great idea. We'll give you cover fire from here. They won't touch you.
All right. We get down there. Are we stepping out of the boat?
You don't have to.
Who is we?
Dumont and Avery.
Captain Dumont is commanding his ship for the moment.
Charlie is locked in a room.
All right.
Maybe not
then
locked, but shut.
at whatever point. So, are we still on the Spirit of Tomorrow?
Spirit of the unknown, but yes.
Yes.
At least you're in the spirit of the name.
Okay. So from whatever part of the spirit is closest to the town, Avery will grimace, and for a moment he'll change. That thing that happens where he looks more like his ancestor. He has a horrible grin. His face is longer than it should be, teeth sharper than they should be, and he'll yell, "Who are these who do not show themselves before they're better?"
Ooh.
You guys see an
And-
eruption of water as a
Do you want me to roll
waterlogged.
for that, by the way?
You don't need to.
Okay.
You can finish the thought you were having, guys. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Well, that's basically what I wanted to say. I just assumed I need to roll.
You don't for this one.
All right.
An eruption of water as you see a waterlogged launch itself out at incredible speed. It in like less than the blink of an eye, it is face to face, still airborne with Avery, and you guys see it rending its claw back, ready to go for his throat.
And cannon interruption.
And cutscene to Mr. President and Bill.
All right.
All right, so you guys are back on the cables, about a 10-minute walk from about where the gun says Dr. Cowboy should be.
Okay. After a few minutes of walking in awkward silence, Bill will turn to Hannibal or to Hancock and say, "Listen, I'm sorry I called you politics. That was rude of me. Bit of a defamation of your character, simplification of who you are."
It's okay. I only saved your life, and I'll keep walking.
Willpower, fuck.
Fucking slap.
Oh,
Does Bill have a retort, or is there like a
I've
fall?
been holding. Alright, I'm
Fucking
sorry.
wilts.
What kind of retort could Bill have to that?
You know what? That's fair. You guys continue the rest of the way in silence and get to a. It's basically a corner store with a few stories above it that have been converted into like a small little shanty town. It's like the smallest of towns, but it's got a few stores, got like a few people living on top. There's little barricades out front. A guard stops you guys. What's your business in corner store?
Looking for Dr. Cowboy?
Dr. Figueroa? Yeah, he's in the back. He's seeing the
No, yeah,
patients.
Dr. Figueroa. Yeah.
You're not from
Friend of
Cargo,
his.
are you?
No. No, friend of his.
All right.
Pretty well acquainted with the fellow.
They have a little toll booth thing that opens up and lets you guys into the corner store.
Jesus, his security's really fucking ramped up. Hasn't he?
You guys get the
considering what
impression
happened last
corner
time.
store is its own little thing. You see one of the guards of corner store like move an arm that looks like it was recently reattached. Dr. Cowboy waves him off. Sees you guys, waves. Hey,
Way back.
how's it going, guys?
Well, listen. I know you like stealing from bad people, so I thought I'd give you some info.
Well, should probably wait. Should probably call the boss for that. And you see, appraisal has just been in this corner that you have been actively looking at and just didn't see him. He's like, I'm already here, cowboy. It's fuck.
Appraisal.
Oh, wait, I
I
don't.
don't get any anatomy or like electro sense from this guy at all.
Nah, his stealth is so unnaturally good that it actually obscures your perception of him to that degree.
Wow.
Wow.
He really doesn't like being seen.
Look. Well.
Either that or he has
You know
insulated
what?
clothing.
Insulated clothing.
Well, Bo can't see through stuff that's magnetically dead.
He just has the most basic clothing on that it blends in with the walls.
That's in character for him. Don't joke about that. Appraisal.
He's just like a camouflage suit that perfectly matches the shitty wallpaper.
Appraisal takes a stool,
He's
sits
also
down,
just John Cena.
goes, all right, what are you selling?
You know the flotilla?
I do.
Well, they have what the Iron Legion's constantly hunting for, the Forge Heart. And I don't really like the Iron Legion, and they're planning on trying to get it back. And I'd rather them just not have it.
So you're putting a
Just
bounty on
saying. Just more of saying, if you want the Forge Heart, you can have it. I know you guys are some of the best heist people in the city.
it? You're right.
Probably in the world.
And our time is valuable.
You can't sell a Forge Heart?
Most people don't even know what a forge heart is. I barely know what it is. Sorry, that was
Right,
quiet.
so out of character, I'm thinking we don't really have anything that we could directly offer them, do we?
I have some money left. I don't have that much though. Wait, you have all the money you have.
Yeah, it's not that much. It's like $15.
No, it's a little bit
Could have
more.
offered them something, but that ship has quite literally sailed.
You should have had
don't-
like $20,000.
From what? Was the bet that big?
Yes,
It was like
betting was huge.
How many pieces of eight do you
it
have?
should be recorded in
Oh, let me look
Night
at my
of Many
notes.
Tens. Hold on.
I'm looking through my notes. Why don't you write down how much? You have a lot of money, buddy. All right.
I've just kind of always assumed that the money I have goes to Sweet Tooth for the candy shop. I wouldn't trust Bill with money.
Why would Bill give money to a stranger?
He works for Sweet Tooth, and Sweet Tooth does kind of hold the money part of it.
He works for. Do you commonly give your boss money?
Like he's the fucking landlord or something. We're a group. It's like a gang thing. I don't fucking know. Bill doesn't know shit about anything. Why don't you get off my ass?
Okay, so the total pot was 25k pieces of 8.
Yeah, okay, I have it listed here that there's something like 40,000 pieces of 8.
Yeah, you have like about 40,000 pieces of 8.
That's
Okay.
a couple $100, yeah.
That seems
So-
weird because I had 2,000 pieces of 8, and you said that was about $800.
Wait, how much do you
Inflation's
have?
a
Hold
bitch.
on, I need to do some math.
I've only
40,000?
running
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a little bit more.
I'm just going based off of what you said before.
What's the conversion rate? Don't
1980s
tell me
yen.
Don't tell me that. I want the number.
Stop using real life currency, Sam.
Just give us
Didn't
the
this
number.
didn't this
It's-
ruin your setting last time when you used crypto?
It's about like 1.8, like 1.8 cents, a little bit more.
Hey.
Per piece of 8.
1.8 cents, you said?
About that, yeah.
If I did the math right, that's like $720.
I've only been writing my thing as money total Sam has given me because this always happens with Sam.
Yeah, it's $720, so I feel like we don't want to lowball the guy. So the other option we have is, can we hype up how well secured they have the Forge Heart and appeal to his
I
pride
heard
as
they
a
were
master
talking
thief?
shit about how even you couldn't steal it.
Yeah,
I mean,
that was
maybe
my
you-
next idea.
overt, but
You can roll empathy on this man to see if that would work before you commit to that path.
I'll let you handle that. I'm not good at empathy.
do you think Bill is?
I don't have good sense. That's my problem. That's like
Okay, well, Bill does have 3 cents.
I have
So,
two.
okay, let me roll
I'll
3
assist you.
cents.
I'll assist you. Get
Four.
Go fuck
Do I
yourself.
hear-
tens.
Do I hear 4 cents?
I mean, I could
2
also
eights.
burn a fuck ton of willpower for this.
You look at this man, and this is not a man who does what he does for a challenge. This is a man who has bills and debts to pay, recurring costs to put it shortly, this is not a passion for him. This is quite explicitly a job. If anything's highlighting how difficult it's going to be, would put him off.
The Thievius Raccoonus means nothing to him.
I mean-
The Thievius Raccoonus.
We don't
So
have a
you
lot
could
of money.
you could spin it in that like it probably won't be that hard because like there's going to be a raid going on at the same time, and the people that would be guarding it will probably be busy with that. Like that's an angle you could maybe take.
Yeah, but like, do we have it? Can Mr. President roll streetwise to know what their normal take for a commission is?
I'll roll 5 tens.
If the rovers are going on a scene, they're taking everything that's not nailed down. If they're on this scene, just so we're clear, they're not only going to not leave anything for you guys to incidentally loot, they're not going to leave... They're going to wipe out the flotilla's stores if they can justify it.
Oh, sorry, that's not exactly what I meant. I mean, like, what's their usual bounty going to be? Like,
You
like
wouldn't
if we
have
were
that
to offer them a
information.
bounty. Okay.
I have to take a moment here and say that this was way more effort than it was actually work, and you all better fucking... Oh, never mind, continue, I fucked it up.
Yeah, this was a lot more effort than I actually thought it was gonna be. So I thought they were interested in the challenge when we talked to them last. So that's where I was gonna go with it, but I didn't know they were actually like looking for money.
You
All right.
could try and I don't know who he doesn't like, but you could try and spin it as screwing someone over because he does seem interested in that.
Okay. This was way more work than I think it was worth, and y'all better fucking appreciate it.
Oh, I'm so excited. There we go!
Hey, can you press that on grease trap real quick?
It needs to go up.
Spent the last half a fucking hour working on that.
It needs to go up.
Please get that in grease trap immediately so I can vote it.
That's the best fucking thing, Derek. Thank you so much for making it.
Well, I mean, just like this, just like Derek said, this is too much effort. So I was like, just passing on information. If you guys want to get the flotilla to screw over the Iron Legion, that's up to you. Doesn't affect me either way.
Or
Now,
I might ask, what's your usual bounty? What would you want from us?
Look, I'm not gonna lie. We are in between jobs right now. If you can tell me about what you think a forge art would be worth to certain buyers, if I steal a forge art, my biggest issue is I have no one who's gonna buy the damn thing off of me. If you
Sam,
can,
could I do a quick bind check on that?
I mean, I don't really have an idea what we wanted to say here.
Streetwise works, yeah.
As my scavenger passed, 5 tens.
So, the Seventh Sons would definitely buy a technologically unique thing from them. Verbal Kink would definitely buy an unknown artifact from him.
I'll bring up those two.
Maybe don't bring up verbal kink. Maybe just.
I have an idea of something we could bring up.
Yeah.
I will say, Seth, bringing up verbal kink to weaken Iron Legion, always good, right? Because if Iron Legion, like if verbal kink leaks how Iron Legion stuff works, they can always do that.
Yeah, but Appraisal hates verbal kink.
Oh, that's right. He hates verbal kink. I forgot about that.
I mean, I'm not going to say this in character because I'd like to get everyone's opinion. So there is a finite number of forge hearts, and we don't know how or if they can be made. So couldn't they just like use it to gain some leverage on whatever happens with the Gear Boys? I feel like they might want that. I feel bad for even considering offering it, but it's definitely something.
Do I know like a rough number the Iron Legion, not the Iron Legion, the Seven Sons would pay, as like my background?
So the Seventh Sons don't have fixed rates. They're not business-minded people. They will pay however much they can scrape off their various slush funds for the month.
Okay. Beautiful.
Maybe if you kind of explain what it does, that could help him sell it better. And also, if I'm talking too much for someone not involved in the scene, tell me to shut up.
What was that? What's that?
You can maybe like tell them what it does, so they could get an idea, and
You
get an idea of what they think it works.
It sounds.
Skater Kid has one in his possession. You could just hand him one. If you'd like.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Appraisal's too fucking stealthy. I do not trust Appraisal.
I feel like if you hand anything to Appraisal, it's gonna be like it's not yours anymore. It's like everything you drop, everything that touches the ground and isn't immediately picked up belongs to Appraisal.
Actually, I don't think he would steal from us in that way. He seems to have a positive relationship with us.
So I'll go to him and like you could. It's a technological one that turns stuff to iron. So Seven Sons would be people that probably pay a decent amount for it. right away.
And yet you're not making the effort of picking it up and selling it to the Seventh Sons.
Well, we're kind of having to deal with the Iron Legion, so we're going to be distracting the Iron Legion and the flotilla for you to go steal it.
All right.
As long as it's away from...
That justification's good enough that you can roll persuasion.
All right, I will roll normal persuasion, Sam. 2 9s.
Okay. Appraisal's gonna nod at that and go, Okay. A few ground rules. 1, do I have your word that there will be no reprisal from you or the hub for us taking this?
No, that we won't we won't tell anyone, nor do we care, like, what happens to it.
And that
We're just really hoping to keep it away from people that are really okay with nuking cities.
And that there's no reprisal for us selling it or trading it how we wish once our business is concluded.
Counter. Just don't sell to Iron Legion.
Deal.
Okay.
Third and final caveat. Make it clear that we are under no obligation to do this heist. We are merely considering it.
That's fine.
All right.
It's if you're bored.
He extends a hand to shake.
I will shake his hand. This time, San, I didn't reach out my hand to shake your hand.
He's going to nod and extend his hand to Bayou Bill to shake.
Bill will shake his hand.
All right. He does 2 firm pumps on each of you. And he goes, all right. Cowboy, pack up. We're going to need the full crew for this one.
We're under no obligation to do it. Cowboy, pack the fuck up. We gotta go.
Doesn't he learn about you if you touch him?
He does.
Yeah, that's fine. Mr. President's very open with people learning about him.
Okay.
Was he okay? Because when I'm assuming Bill never had a chance to wash his hands, and that he probably extended his gross gunk hand.
Oh, come on.
Does that protect Bill from the knowledge power?
It does not.
I will say I shook his hand first. That way I didn't have to get the gunk on my hand.
Good. All right, so we cut to Bats, Chivalry, Carronade, and Jeremy joining up with Sweet Tooth at the candy shop.
Oh, welcome back, guys. Bats, good to see you again.
Bats is going to go, we've met? Right, probably. Yep, the card game, right.
Yes. Yes, and we've met prior to that, although I know you had some memory issues. I'm assuming that's why you're in the shop right now.
Till there was a fix for it.
I can't guarantee a fix, but I have made something to help restore memories for our own use. And I, wanted to throw you in since I know that's an issue you've had from time to time.
Okay.
I'm going to fish out one of the memory restoration candies. Just as a reminder, this is 5 hard dice, and we never actually wrote down what the power did.
It's basically just a useful with, like, endless.
Okay. I can't promise this will work, but
Chivalry will pull off a chair for him so that he has a place to sit. I'm assuming this is going to be a rather jarring experience for him if it does anything.
Yeah, this might be rough for you, so just brace yourself going in.
I mean, how bad could it... Bats goes, how bad could it be? He throws the candy in, immediately his lips go blue, the blood vessels in his eye burst. He begins shaking.
I'm gonna back away. And I'm gonna just pop her a generation candy now, just in case.
Chivalry will move to put him in the chair, assuming he hadn't sat down already.
You touch him, he folds like a broken aluminum chair. He begins seizing.
Actually, I have an idea. So after a few seconds of that, I'm going to feed him regeneration candy. Because of that, will turn off the other one. Because I have a flaw that allows me to only have one candy running on a person at a time. So if they take a second one, it turns off the first one.
So normally I would ask for a roll to avoid this. What's your dodge pool?
Dodge pool?
For
die,
Sweet Tooth?
maybe?
Okay. You're not going to be able to roll this. You can roll to see if you can at willpower, but as you jam the regeneration candy into Bats' mouth, his jaw clamps down hard.
Okay.
You lose 2 fingers.
Okay, we'll regrow this.
I can regrow.
You see, like, the seizing stop, the veins recede on Bats' head, the eye clear up white. He spits it out, begins coughing, and goes, "Why do I taste blood? It's not my blood."
That's a really good question. Why do you know the difference in... another time. Did you remember anything, or no?
Yeah, everything. Oh god. I wasn't supposed to remember everything. Fuck. Okay, so... there were things in my head that were supposed to stay locked up.
For your good, or for someone else's?
Well, what you just saw there were about 6 mimetic kill agents going off at once.
Are you well?
Some people would say a good sign.
I think so. He looks up. Jeremy, your bill's still not paid from 2 months ago.
Alrighty then.
You see Jeremy fucking chuck a flask against the wall?
Keeping important things in
Hey,
mind.
Jeremy, you need to clean that up. Don't go making a mess in my shop, please. I'm
Because
gonna
that's
hand
the
him
first-
I'm gonna hand him a mop and pan.
Jeremy's gonna
That's the
sigh.
first thought that
Is the
That-
candy shop
that's his
still
ad,
destroyed?
It's been fixed up by the army men.
that's the first thought that Bats has had that Chivalry knows of. That's any length of time. So, and Chivalry had a moment with him there. So he's going to be he's so happy. Like takes a page from Avery's book. A single tear drops from his googly eyes, like a little shiny blue sequin.
Does it with a
Sequin
fucking
falls out.
dropper.
Actually, no, I like the idea that his tear is just a blue sequin.
Yes. Like a blue sequin appears and makes its way slowly down his face, disappears somewhere under his mustache.
So Bats is gonna put one finger on the ground, lift himself up, go about 4 feet in the air, land on his feet. He's there. You'll get a tear furrow. You gotta be careful with those single tears. They're dangerous. How you guys been? It's been a minute.
They've been pretty good. Important question. Do you remember the reality warping event?
In explicit detail. Well, until the point where I died, but shit
Yeah.
happens.
If I remember correctly, you had a spat with Barrett?
Yeah, Chernov told me I would have to fight him, so we'll say.
Yeah.
Went worse than expected. Didn't realize he was a monster. I mean,
That's no pushover.
yeah, no, normally with an elementalist, you take away their element, they're not powerful, but guess I was wrong. Yeah.
Anywho, how did you do during that? We had a pretty rough time. Went in with Urban Decay and the like.
Horrible. Had the whalers on us, had privateers on us. Had everyone on us. Hey, Chernov was in the Memory of Alexandria. I noticed he's still in there. What happened?
I don't think he can leave the memory of Alexandria.
Do you know what happened?
I believe Barrett locked him there.
Alright, so that's the next stop. Alright. Hey, but yeah, I know you guys didn't do this for free. What did you need from me?
So we're gonna be there's gonna be a raid against a settlement nearby named the Flotilla. And we were just looking for some arms to help with that. And maybe another raid fight in the future, but that'll be a separate thing.
I'll be honest with you guys, I'm not even at 10% strength right now, but I can still put up a pretty good fight. I'm willing to help you guys out.
So he's not here at the moment, but we have a guy with a ship that has the apparently really good medical bay that should be able to stitch you back together pretty well.
No, it's not. It's not a damage thing. I need time to build up strength. Fat reserves, ATP exchange, bone marrow. I need to redensify my bones, which really can only be done safely through repeated trauma and accelerated healing, which I got that covered on my end. I will need to see a chop doc about there's just a whole bunch of stuff I need to do.
I might be able to make some candy that can simulate doing some of that faster.
It would throw off my weights if I didn't do it myself. I need to know the density. If I'm off by even a microgram anywhere on me, I'm going to tear myself apart due to the G-forces.
Good to know.
Is there anything you need back at the bar?
Yeah, but you wouldn't be able to get to it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you need to go back there, that's fine. I'm not sure when the Flotilla raid is going to be happening.
2 weeks.
But,
it's specifically, it's going to happen in 2 weeks. That says with utmost certainty. Well, less actually, but...
How do you know that?
Bats is going to look at his blank wrist and go, well, wow, look at the time. I got to go.
No. You're helping with this, so if you've agreed to help with this in exchange, we need to know the information.
I will absolutely fight with you guys. I am 100% on your side. You can trust me. It's actually going to be less than 2 weeks.
But how do you know that, lad?
I don't know the exact details, but Chernov knew it was going to happen. He talked about it. He may have enabled
I'm going to
it.
have to ask you. I never met Chernov. How would he have known?
Oh,
Chernov had his hands in a lot of baskets.
I know. So, before we came to the hub, a number of us did some missions for appropriate scouting missions, like staging locations. I came to the hub, and Chernov liked what he read in my report, so that's why we shacked up here for a little bit. Quartz, I think, did the flotilla, and I think Scarlet did stuff further south. I know I had a mission we all had little side missions to do. Mine was to racket up tension between the sheriff, the church, and the fops. I wouldn't be surprised if everyone else had a job. For the record, I kind of failed the secondary objective pretty hard. I'm not good with people.
Now, will you be needing more of the memory?
I don't think that's a good idea.
Well,
always
I mean,
good.
version 2 might help him. I know that you've been somewhat forgetful in the past.
I've got some holes in my memory, but I'll be fine. Look, if you need training or help prior to the fight, I know some stuff. Pretty experienced, but
Okay.
like if I'm being honest, this shouldn't be too hard to fight, assuming you guys have a few fights under your belt. I mean, it's just guys in armor.
Yeah, they have some new tech that they've made. That's
It's-
pretty intimidating, and if you do, are you familiar with it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I said, there's scarier things than armor out there. As we cut to the waterlogged about to cut Avery in half. Derek, can you roll the cannons for me? See what their width is?
Yes. And I'm aiming at one target in this case with all of them that can fire, quote unquote. So, sorry, I have to get back to the cannons.
Hey, I would like to activate Glass Train on him, and I'm fairly certain that I've given everyone a rock, so there should be one on.
You can activate it from your eye, and also... Oh, wait, no, yeah, sorry, it's going after Avery. Avery has a bead on him, yeah.
Yeah.
I also
and,
had-
It would be a width of 7. 7 ones.
Notably, I did not get that power until after our run-in with them. So he
Alternately,
should.
it could also be 5 tens if that would be more appropriate. I don't know which one would be more appropriate.
Does it have spray?
It does have spray. It's not current. I mean, I wasn't figuring on using it, but it does have spray. In which case, it could be 4 ones and 5 tens.
Okay.
4 ones and 4 tens. 4 ones and 4 tens.
Let me check. Okay, so weirdly enough, you want as many hits on this thing as possible because it rolled bad and you have a chance of making the attack fail.
So I want as many.
Attacks.
Different
as
attacks?
many different attacks as you can get.
Oh, okay. In that case,
As long as
I've
they're more
got-
than a width of 3.
In that case, more than a width of 3. In that case, I've got 3 or above, or more than 3.
Like 4 3s, 4 5s, 4 1s.
Do you want to
Okay,
go
so
first?
A width
on that?
of 4. No, a width of 4 or better.
Yeah, sorry, I meant to say better than 3. Yeah, sorry. You did. You're good.
You did. I was trying to make sure that it was better than 3, not 3 or better. In that case, we've got 4 ones and 4 tens.
Okay. So, Avery, as soon as the words leave your lips, this thing's hand is almost at your throat. You feel the bone carved into razors at your throat. This thing's rictus grin an inch away from biting off of your face as... What, like an arc of light? I guess these things do?
Massive coruscating blue beam.
A massive coruscating blue beam collapses the side of this thing's head as burning light cuts through a solid 3 inches of flesh as its leg is also shot out from under it as it goes careening across the front of the ship as 3 more waterlogged jump onto the front of the ship.
Now, I did actually roll that persuasion check, which is why I was asking. So can I use that roll for Avery's next action?
Yeah, go for it.
Avery will... He still hasn't gone to his normal human self. He's taken this very much in stride, and he turns to those 3 waterlogged and says to them, "Who are these who would attack me? We are your lord." And I actually rolled 7 tens on that.
What?
Yeah, it's bananas.
So one
Also,
of the
does
waterlogged that were blending in with the floor becomes solid and just jumps off.
Also, would the Delver rune being on the ship mess with them?
Only if it was directly in play here. You'd have to actually figure out how to use it offensively.
That's an option.
Yeah.
Anybody got a really big slingshot?
That seems like a bad idea, but it is very funny.
The three non-glass waterlogged seem to take pause at that. The one who you guys fought earlier takes a step forward as if to challenge you.
Is it on the ship? So
It is on the ship, but you guys get the impression that this is a direct challenge. A duel.
I want to shoot it.
Avery, you know that if he does that, Captain Dumont will be nominated as your essentially champion and nominated to fight for you.
Captain Dumont is happy and enthusiastic about this, but Captain Dumont would be happy and enthusiastic about going toe to toe with Godzilla. So that doesn't mean much.
All right. Avery
How
will.
much willpower do you have?
Who, Captain Dumont?
Yes.
Currently, 13, 14.
Okay. How much base will? 10?
Base will 10, yes.
Okay.
Avery will. Avery will see that Captain Dumont is raring to go behind him, sort of laugh at the waterlogged, gesture back at Captain Dumont, and walk behind him.
Okay, Captain Dumont is going to quick draw and blast the guy.
All right.
Oh, one thing I would like to say, Avery, I'll have Avery put his hand on Captain Dumont's shoulder and sort of look at you, because I don't really know how this works. I would like to give you some of my willpower.
You can just do that in this instance.
Okay, I would like to give you 5 willpower.
Hey,
All
so I
right.
have 19 willpower.
Hell yeah. All right.
Probably gonna need it.
Thank you, my friend.
So, are you doing the quick draw maneuver, or are you just doing it for flavor? The
I
quick
was
draw.
just doing it for flavor. I didn't even know there was a maneuver.
So you can take a penalty dice, which means you're rolling 1 fewer dice to have whatever roll you use treated to be at 1 level faster than it is.
So it has go first.
Yes, it does that.
Yeah. You could
So
give it more
it-
go first. Which.
No.
Okay.
So, yeah, I will make my roll to attack.
Yeah, go for it.
That'd be. Closed my dice roller because I'm dumb. 4 twos.
4 twos?
Does that have spray? Just asking.
No.
All
It does,
right.
however, have 2 levels of penetration, speeding bullet, and an extra attack level.
How many levels go first?
1.
Okay.
You should probably post that in Night of Many Tens so that we can keep track of your stuff.
So,
Sure.
this thing doesn't move to attack. It just slowly approaches Captain Dumont. It sidesteps the attack almost faster than your eye can track. As you hear like a deep burbling, it sounds like someone laughing as they're drowning.
This does not please Captain Dumont.
I would like to point out, as much as I hate to say this, you can burn base will for wiggle dice.
Oh, cool. But what I am... Can I have one of my crew toss me a cutlass?
You absolutely may.
Excellent. One of the ensigns lets out a piercing whistle and throws a cutlass through the air. Captain Dumont snatches it out of the sky with his other hand.
Fuck yeah.
And I assume it's just like slowly and menacingly approaching me then?
Yep.
So remind me how this works. Width is how fast?
And how much
Or-
damage it does. The actual number, height, is where you hit them. If you decapitate someone, heads are usually the weakest and most important thing to hit. If you hit someone's arms, you can maybe like if you remove this thing's arm, it won't have a claw attack anymore. It'll just be able to bite or kick you.
Gotcha. So, do I get to attack again then?
Yes, because this thing used its turn to dodge and close the distance. It is now in melee range.
Fantastic.
I'm gonna say Captain Dumont has. Oh wait, no. This thing is Charlie's glass. So you're going to declare first, and then this thing will declare. It will be able to react to your moves, but you might still be able to roll better than it.
Captain Dumont is going to frown angrily and take a much more measured pot shot at it. That is flavor, all of it. But I am spending will gets you more dice. Burning will gets you wiggle dice.
So there's willpower and there's base will. Willpower comes back, base will does not.
Okay.
You can spend up to 2 willpower to gain 2 bonus dice. You can spend a base will to gain 1 wiggle dice.
I've only noticed you doing it this session. Is that a hard limit that you can only spend 2 willpower for a roll?
No, it's because the extra dice from willpower is using the same slots as taking your time, which has a cap of 2. You can also spend willpower to buy off damage and resist things like something changing your biology, for example.
Like me turning someone to glass, you can spend willpower to avoid that.
Okay. So I would like to spend 2 willpower to add 2 more dice to this attack.
Is this the one I hit with glass drain?
Yeah, it is significantly weaker than it should be because you are currently draining it.
Okay. That builds up every round up to 4 die.
Okay, we're going to say this is at round 3 for it.
That would be 4 tens.
Okay. And this is a sword. Okay. Now
No, this is the pistol.
This is a pistol? Oh,
Yes.
okay. Sorry, these things have different defenses for ranged and melee, so it's important to know.
Gotcha. Yeah, I figured
Okay.
it was closing distance, so I'd shoot it one more time and then go for the cutlass.
So it definitely seemed like it anticipated you using the cutlass. It is barely able to react to you using the pistol instead, which is me using flavor to say it has a higher sense. So it's going to make a melee attack. It's going to swipe at you with its claw, and it's basically going to try and quick draw you.
Okay,
like
so
who can
I
go off
can-
first.
Okay, so it's now a competition between my roll to try and shoot it and its roll to try and swipe at me.
Yeah, your roll is locked in. It's basically reacting to what you did.
Gotcha.
It has some penalty dice. Okay. All right.
Wait, do I do penalty die or gobble die?
Gobble
Actually.
dice. It's taking some penalty dice to do
have-
manuevers.
Okay.
See, this thing is entirely paranormal. It has nothing else. With
Good.
3 gobble dice, it's at 4 tens. You go off first.
So I shoot it first.
Yep. How much damage does your gun do with, you said 5 tens?
4 tens.
4 tens, but you have go first.
But I have to go first.
Okay.
And it has an extra attack level
Okay.
and 2 levels of penetration.
Good. Okay. You guys remember these things being pretty resilient to penetrating attacks last time you fought these things? It seems like its armor has been diminished by the power drain. As the bullet or sorry, the is this thing also a ray gun?
Hang on, let me roll some dice.
Depends on the story.
Depends on the episode. Yeah, it
This
feels
is a short-range flamethrower. Effectively, it shoots globules of burning, well, narrativium. Effectively,
okay. So as the burning plasma hits this thing's head, it essentially begins to boil and scream. The flesh screams as the water evaporates and this thing's head begins collapsing in. It still gets off its attack, but it's a bit thrown off. It goes down to a width of 3. So you're going to be taking 6 killing to the head.
unfortunate.
Now, you should have 4 hitboxes. I don't believe you have any extra tough.
Nope.
Do you have light armor?
Nope.
Okay, so to stay
You
conscious,
need to buy all that off.
to stay conscious, what you need to do is you need to buy off enough that you have empty hitboxes in your head. You took 6 killing, you have 4 hitboxes. That means you need to buy off 3.
Okay, and I would do that with willpower.
Yes.
1 point of
Two
killing is 2 per. 1 point of killing is 2 willpower. So you need 6 willpower
Okay.
to stay conscious.
I will pay 6 willpower to stay conscious.
All right. As this thing is knocked back by the shot, its claw just rends up, catches the bottom of your chin, cuts into the bone, and up through one of your eyes.
Captain Dumont will grunt audibly and with a rolling growl step forward into it, swinging his cutlass aggressively. I mean, I have 3 hard dice in stability, effectively.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, with endless.
Now, do you have anything in endurance?
Uh,
I know you used to.
yes.
Okay.
I have 5 dice in endurance.
Any like hard dice or
No.
I'll be right
Okay.
back.
Okay. So you feel a fever building where it cut you, as if some deep infection is settling in.
Filthy beast.
You can roll endurance to try and like offset whatever it's doing, but it would be multiple actions with your cutlass attack. You can also roll block or dodge to try and avoid attacks. From fighting this thing, you're not sure if that would leave you enough of a action to attack this thing.
No, I'm just gonna go full bore at it.
Okay. Make a melee weapons attack. You have more maneuvers you can do with a melee attack. You can do Mighty Blow. You can do a fast attack. You could try and knock it prone and then stab it to the deck.
Is there anything any of us could do to help him?
You can make leadership rolls to try and give him willpower. You could try and subtly alter the playing field a little bit. Like, it's not noticing the power drain. So subtle effects that tilt things in one favor or the other work just fine. If you want to try and throw it off so it's not as dangerous, that's perfectly fine. It's at 4 gobble dice now.
Could I, when Captain Dumont charges forward, and even after getting slashed so brutally in the face, could I have Avery laugh and roll persuasion on that?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
I don't think Charlie can do much other than apply the power drain, but I also think the power drain is putting in work, so...
All right, it's a good night for Avery. 3 10s.
All right.
Is that willpower for you?
Yes.
So the waterlogged is going to have to make a multiple actions stability and melee attack in order to not rise to the challenge.
And Captain Dumont's bellowed, "Is that all you've got, you filthy fucking animal?" Will come along with a 4/6 cutlass attack.
Okay. So this dice by dice pool with, I'm going to say it gets a penalty dice due to Captain Dumont bellowing, and it's going to have to make a stability check, multiple actions. That's a penalty dice with 4 gobble dice. This thing can't make the stability check and attack Captain Dumont, so it's just thrown off for a round. What rolls did you get on the melee attack?
4 6s.
4 6s? Okay. I believe that's an arm, right?
6s is one of the arms. I just can't remember which
Right arm.
Right arm.
Just
Thank you.
imagining this angry, vaguely European-looking 40-year-old man with half his face hanging off, screaming angrily and running at it with a cutlass.
The shit rules.
It snarls and looks like it's about to move for Avery, but then composes itself. And then Captain Dumont, faster than a 40-year-old man should be able to move, comes up, swipes it, and manages to get an arm up to block the attack, but it does not block, it does not deflect the blow. It merely lets the blade sink through one of its arms. With 4 gobble dice on its armor and extra tough, its arm is removed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks... Well, you can't really read this thing. It has no face muscles.
Hey, can I read it?
Surprise.
Oh,
You
I was
sense
supposed to post the
surprise.
combat effects.
Okay,
That's 5 9s if you cared about reading it with the empathy.
that works. Okay. So, Derek, this thing isn't range where you could use your pistol on it without penalty dice being imposed.
Okay, well, Captain Dumont will lower the cutlass and say, let me think of an appropriate phrase. Go back to the depths from whence you came, you filthy fucking shit. You filthy pile of shit. There we go. That works. And he'll make a. What would happen making a called shot to a particular limb?
So, what you would
I
do
want to shoot it in the head.
is you would take a penalty dice and then set one of your normal dice to 10. And then you would roll while keeping that dice at 10.
I would also possibly recommend spending willpower again.
Yeah, this is... You want to win on this round. I'm going to tell you right now.
You know what? This is an appropriately dramatic time. I'll spend 5 willpower.
You can't
extra
gain
dice.
You can't gain 5 dice with willpower. You can only gain 2, but you can burn a base will for wiggle dice.
I'm not going to burn. Well, you know what? I will bane it. I will do both of those. I will burn a base will and 2 willpower.
All
And
right.
get an extra wiggle die and 2 extra dice.
So you have 2 dice basically set to 10 right now.
So I've got 3 dice effectively set to 10 right now.
Well,
Because I've got,
if you think of it this way, you add 2 dice, you remove 1 dice for the penalty dice to do a maneuver, and you
He has 2 wiggle die.
Oh, 2 wiggle die? Okay.
I have 2 wiggle die,
At
2
the base
wiggle
of the
die.
gun.
Yeah.
Oh, I
so
meant-
I would roll 3 dice and have 3 wiggle dice, right? Yeah.
Unless you do the called shot thing, in which case you would roll...
Roll 2
2 dice and have 1 to
of them's
10.
already set to 10.
I won't do the called shot. I'll just try and fucking kill it. So that'd be,
Actually, I might recommend the cold shot.
yeah?
You
Yeah,
That'd
so
be,
minimum is 4 10s, and maybe if one of those 2 rolls, you could get another 5 10s.
okay.
This thing
For
also
called
has
shot?
damage on its head from the earlier cannon shot.
And what a coinky dink, a 3 and a 10.
Oh, thank
That would be
God.
5
Okay.
10s.
Oh, thank
The
God.
legendary Captain Dumont does not die in session 3.
As this thing does one final lunge at you, with 4 gobble dice, it cannot outspeed you. The plasma goes
Like a
off.
hero of the Old West, I whip my pistol around, say, "Not today, and blow its head off with fiery plasma.
Its body, the Wren continues down its body as it shatters like glass. Black smoke dissipating from its various open sores. The entire thing seeming to fizzle and burn in the sun.
Captain Dumont is the coolest son of a bitch alive.
Captain Dumont will turn to his boon companions and say, "Gentlemen, I must assume you can take it from here. I have a pressing engagement already planned," and stagger off towards the medical bay.
You guys notice a deep rot setting in from where he was carved, where the skin is peeling away and like a fleshy pink damp meat remains.
Actually, I'm gonna try and glass drain on the illness.
That does seem to be slowing its spread, yeah. Alright, I'm gonna say with the glass drain, Captain Dumont can easily make it to the medical bay and receive treatment. Does he replace the eye?
No, there will be an eye patch there now.
Hell yeah. As you guys
So,
continue...
Derek, that's why I was asking about willpower.
Gotcha.
Shot less there than I thought you were going to have to.
You had exact lethal. I'm very glad.
I went into that with the understanding that this is not where Captain Dumont shines, but there was nothing else Captain Dumont could do.
So, I made a mistake with this guy in that I was like, you know what, having access to some of Charlie's powers, like, that's probably worth making him a little bit more fragile. I'm glad I made that decision.
That wasn't a mistake. That was super thematic. Also, which powers did he get?
He could see through any glass you made. And I was considering giving him sea powers. He had sea powers, sea truth, and was considering giving him some minor glass conversion stuff. Also, you wouldn't have been able to turn into glass because your power would have said he's already glass.
Yeah, I actually remembered that from last time. That's why I didn't try.
Yeah.
Are there still more waterlogged on the deck?
As soon as you kill the one that challenged you, the other three recede off of the ship, seeming to fade into the fog. You notice that any survivors in town have either been released or killed.
The crew of the ship, having effected repairs, just in the nick of time, will start motoring the ship towards the island, quote unquote.
The second you pass one of the whaler totems, you just hear a voice from one of the ship's bow, go, "That was quite an impressive display." As you see Oslo on the bow of the ship.
Charlie will quickly emerge from the whatever, probably navigation room that he was shut in for that.
For the record, please don't assume you're free to come and go on our territory as you please. You're not hostile towards you, but some care would be appreciated.
Are we on their territory yet? I didn't think that town hit their territory, and this is asking out of
It
game.
was barely on the edge.
Okay,
That was where the Creeper Willow was, and those are important to them.
gotcha.
Are you in trouble again?
Well, we have a situation with a raiding group, and, well, we think we're going to need some extra hands to work on a raid and stop them from doing it. We were wondering if we could trade with you guys for some help in that endeavor.
Okay, so whoever is making the persuasion check should offer the medicine cabinet.
Yeah, actually, I'll wave, like, I'll get one of Captain Devon's crew members to bring the medicine cabinet over.
So is Charlie making the persuasion check?
Since I said everything, probably.
Yeah, and I had wanted to, I missed the chance to say it, but Avery is probably going to be wandering to the medical bay himself after having been heightened in aspect, I guess, for so long. Like, his face goes back to human, a wave of sweat covers his body, and he staggers to join Dumont in the medical bay.
All right. Charlie rolls persuasion. Add a wiggle dice.
All right. Add a wiggle dice? Cool. I have more persuasion than you guys remember me having. I have 7 die in that.
Neat.
This party will talk to everyone.
Yes.
Okay, do I care about height or width?
We really should be using the power of friendship more.
Purely height.
Purely height, so 2 10s is better than 3 8s?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then I'll go with 2 10s.
So as you offer it, the lock magically pops open and there is a single prescription bottle of meds in the medicine cabinet. Oslo, it's hard to tell a facial expression through the mask, but by the cock of the head you can tell there's some surprise, confusion, totally thrown off by what he sees. With a unsteady hand, he takes the pill bottle and goes, How did you know about this?
I'm not going to lie to you. I had no idea what was in this thing. I had a heavy implication that it would be, well,
This is
close to perfect for you guys.
This is Prozac. It's an antipsychotic. It was also used in the treatment of schizophrenia. This is Did you know who this is for when you offered it to me?
I had never opened this box.
Okay.
I frankly don't know anything, which, from how you're talking, I'm guessing is a good thing.
What do you want for it? In exact terms. Name your price.
As many hands as you will offer in, if you're willing, up to 2 potential scuffles with a raiding group that goes by the name of the Iron Legion.
Well, the greatest price I can pay is my hand for 1 fight. It is
Okay.
not a small gift.
I am very happy with these terms.
He nods, and he throws the medicine bottle behind you. You hear it caught. Do you turn to look to see who caught it, or do you just let it rest?
You know what? I'm gonna let it rest.
He nods respectfully at that.
Now, I do have another question, if you don't mind me asking.
Mm-hmm.
This is not something that would happen immediately, but I personally am very, how do I say, I'm interested in your culture, ways, and magics. And if open, at some point I wouldn't mind coming, maybe attempting to learn more of your language, runecraft, and weather ways in general.
We do believe in the rule of 3. And this is the second time you have treated us respectfully. We'll keep an eye on you. When the time is right, we'll give you an invitation and a chance to carve a rune. That's how all of us are initiated, and well, we have no reason not to permit you. He reaches into his sleeve and takes a blackened set of arrows for the wrist bow. Said the Iron Legion, yeah?
Yes.
Hardened arrows. They'll be effective against them.
Thank you.
If you'd like
I'll
some
make sure
tips
to
for the
use
wrist
these.
bow, just so you're up to snuff when you fight them.
Yes.
I'll be by your candy
Sorry.
shop tonight. I'll meet you there.
Will do. And one last thing. If we need to contact you without insulting you by going on your territory, what would be the best way to go about that? Because I don't think those radios Hannibal set up work anymore.
He
Actually,
he extends a hand. Feathers and ash collect on the wind, and a rock forms on his arm. He hands you the bird. It's about the size of a vulture.
Send this bird? Or
Send the bird.
Send the bird, kill the bird. What do we do with the bird?
Albert begins creeping out of the backpack.
no. That's not
All right. The return journey is uneventful as the path is cleared. Everyone collects back at the warehouse.
wait, we never officially dropped off the drugs.
Good.
Oh,
Please stop calling my candy
The
drugs.
dead drop didn't go poorly.
Okay, the dead drop
You
didn't
guys
go
just-
poorly.
I thought you guys just set them outside and we're done.
Oh no, I thought we
yeah,
had
that
said
was
that later.
that was the deal. If you guys want to wait, you can. Carronade and Amp can wait for the pickup if you'd like. You would risk being
Nah.
detected though, because it's kind of close to the foundry.
Nah.
Well, we were in the that house for what you said 6 hours,
8 hours.
8 hours.
No, you said 6.
Oh, I said 6. Oh, my bad. I misread the 8. Okay, yeah, it was 6 then. My handwriting is bad.
So would
That's
we
fine.
be late for the dead drop, or
No, you're about 2 hours off. It's gonna be
I
2
am
hours.
I'm both really glad that Captain Dumont was out of the picture for that conversation, because it definitely would not have been improved. But I'm also really sad that I did not get to regale Oslo with the tale of my climactic battle with the demon sky whale of West Pomerania, which I was totally planning on.
The whalers are all about propriety and what's the word? Propriety, politeness, and guest right. So when he comes to the candy shop, he won't have a choice but to listen to you.
I don't know. So, A, Charlie is super not telling other people that he's coming.
Oh, that's the best part.
B, I'm not entirely certain he would still listen.
So, I have to ask, are
Him listening, it's about telling him.
the answer, Sam, is no.
okay? So they're heading back to the warehouse.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alright.
we went back to the warehouse.
All right,
I
everyone gathers back up at the warehouse.
Captain Dumont, when he emerges from
in real life, I'm punching him in the stomach.
Wait, what?
Sorry, did you say if you ever see who?
Johnny Switchblade in real life, I'm punching him in the stomach.
was that in character, I assume?
Yes.
Okay, I thought that was Bob saying that.
If I ever see Johnny Switchblade in real life, I'm fucking running.
That's wise.
I don't want to be involved in the hub.
He's from the slums, it's okay.
Yeah, Johnny Switchblade has the ultimate power move. He sends you to Brazil. He sends you to the city.
Not Brazil!
Johnny Switchblade appears behind you with a truck. Nothing personnel, kid, but you're getting isekade.
No. The city already has a bus.
The Shadow Realm, you're going to the city.
You're going to Brazil.
I really
It's
like
one
the idea
step
of threatening
down.
someone by saying you step any closer, you're gonna get fucking isekai'd.
All right. So after a long,
That's Tom's next character, Isekai.
No,
Don't threaten me
I-
with a good
no, I-
idea.
Characters, please. I don't have to deal with that.
So after a long and eventful day from every group, you all come back in various states of just having an awful day, or having a great day in some cases.
I had a great day.
I would say my day was pretty good for Amp.
Jeremy has
Back
started
through
a.
the portal. Bill will find a jar and put his melted face into it in the hopes that Sweet Tooth will want it.
Sorry. Run that by me again?
As they go back through the portal and Bill's
I'm gonna
face...
see you do that. I'm gonna use literally all of my persuasion. I'm gonna chain it and then leave it at endless. I'm gonna say, "Don't do that. Don't do that." I don't. Fuck you, Tom. That's not happening. We're not using your fucking melted face to make drugs.
Yeah, stop calling my candy drugs. Please.
Alright, Bill will acquiesce and he'll just throw it away, like throw it out a window or something.
Oh,
And
it's so
he said, you know, he wanted the iguana. He's wanted a lot of gross shit.
fuck. We forgot to get the iguana for you. We gotta go back.
The healing factor. Yeah, his skin.
Don't!
Don't do this.
The portal's on cooldown for a night. I don't know.
Does it normally have a cooldown, or does the plot demand it having a cooldown?
The seventh sun
Yeah.
seemed to have fucked with it. It's a temporary cooldown.
The plot demanded that we weren't allowed to go back for iguana. This is bullshit.
You know what?
Can you believe this?
What happened is when we got back into town, the engine sputtered as a result of the Gorgon clipping, and the ship actually crashed into right around where the crack was, and so we all walked back together.
Is Gorgon clipping a form of Gmod bashing?
No.
No, but you mentioned it, so we have to do the
Reset the clock, Chris. Okay.
It has been... Alright, Chris has it.
So, as you guys get back to the warehouse, Orange and Jeremy have apparently prepared some barbecue for you guys.
Hey, nice.
Everyone has a pot of curry and gumbo. With some rice.
How good of a cook is Jeremy?
Pretty decent. He has like 3 dice in it. Plus his 4 mind. He's 4 mind.
Okay, so Sweet Tooth, before he eats this, is going to whip out a zester, and he's not going to zest a lemon onto it, but he is going to zest some lemon-flavored taffy onto the thing.
Ooh.
Sweet Tooth is gonna die of diabetes. That's gonna be his death.
One very important part of his regeneration candy is that it also cures diseases, one of which being diabetes. Which, he just ate a regeneration candy today, so he's fine.
Alright. Any final RP moments as everyone settles down for their dinner for the night?
Amp walks into the into the
Into the flames?
No, you're not coming in here. I will come out and talk with you and discuss terms, but we can
there's
bring
food.
food out to you.
There's
We can
food.
bring
There's
food out to you.
Why can't I have the food now?
We'll bring it out to you. I will actually, Sweet Tooth will grab your serving, bring it out to you. You need to stay out here. After this meal, we'll come out and we'll talk about terms for you rejoining. The people allowed inside my shop.
Do you know who I am?
I literally don't care. I couldn't actually care less who you are. You broke the ceiling on my shop. You're gonna have to earn your way back in.
That happens everywhere I go. I can't control that.
You're not making a case to be allowed back in. You're making a worst case.
Did anyone, is the roof of the shop back? Because the crew cleaned it up, but they're not construction workers.
The toy soldiers fixed it.
The toy soldiers fixed
Gotcha.
it. One of my characters destroys. Listen, common trope for me is one of my characters destroys the warehouse, the other one fixes it.
Gotcha.
There must be balance at all points.
Can we go
Gotcha.
Can we go to the Star Wars version of balance where they're talking about harmony rather than like one versus one?
Chaos.
I don't know. I always liked the idea that the way Anakin brought balance to the Force was just by fucking murdering all but like 4 Jedi.
Especially the Inglings.
When Captain Dumond reappears, he will have a massive, freshly healed scar across one eye and a rather fetching eye patch.
I could regrow your eye.
No, nonsense. Gives me character, don't you know?
Avery follows in behind him and says, I already offered, holding up a giant googly eye.
If you offer a giant googly eye, Captain Dumont is definitely going to just paste it onto the outside of the eye patch.
Wait,
Avery will hold it
that
up.
work?
No, if I don't activate
Captain
the power, it
Dumont
won't work.
We'll whip out a little pot of glue, paste it right on the outside of the eye patch. Does it have a like metaphysical effect?
Only if I activated the power, in which case it would have kind of suffused into your head and slowly turned into a normal human eye.
Even if you did, nothing would have happened. So,
Ouch.
But Avery's healing power is horrifying.
it also just wouldn't have worked. So,
Avery will go sit down with Chivalry. The two of them will have a kind of look up at each other, realize what's happened, and Chivalry will offer him a fairy beer.
Captain Dumont will sink to the ground, stretch a bit, and graciously accept, and say, "You would not believe the day I've had."
Chivalry will start talking with Dumont in the hopes of embarrassing Avery.
Capital. Shouldn't be too hard.
Okay.
Bill puts a little sock on the tooth and goes to his broom closet to sleep.
Charlie will slip away to do his training.
So before the night ends, Bats returns. Black Bat, everything. All geared up. Beats what?
I was gonna say he just fucking beats the shit out of Weird. It's because he remembers that we trapped, what's his name?
Oh, he doesn't remember that. He was dead at the time.
What he does remember is as Oslo approaches you, you hear a voice behind you as Bats goes, Oslo? And Oslo turns and goes, Chernov. And unsheaths his sword as Bats takes out his bat.
No, hey.
And session.
Hell yeah.
Alright, we do experience with me. What?
No, I love the idea of no, hey. To be continued.
That's like perfect.
No, hey, stop, no, stop, please, I beg of you!
I feel like this is one of those sessions where everyone gets 2 points because it's all fucking ruled.
Normally, I don't agree when Tom says that, but it's also like impossible to vote on this session since we all had many things.
That is true. Tell you what. We're gonna have 2 points per character and 1 question.
Per character?
That's 4 points each person.
No, we're just gonna have 1 question. No, sorry, 2 points per person. My bad. I said I didn't need to say per character. And then we're gonna have one question. Who we decide who gets the extra experience point for the night. Who had the coolest moment tonight?
Bob.
Coolest or funniest?
I did really like Bob threatening the metaphysical horror with fire and brimstone.
Yeah,
It's either Propulsion getting so fucking angry about being in another mindscape, or it's Captain Dumont fighting the waterlogged. I honestly can't choose between the two of them.
I would
I'm going
argue
Bob.
for Bob because I was certainly not at the top of my game during that fight, and it suffered for it severely.
You know what? I'll take that argument and go Bob.
Oh yeah.
That was some of my favorite role playing I've ever seen from Bob. That was fantastic.
That was great. Also, Bob,
You
can I
have never seen me role-playing Gandhi.
publish
Candy is my
the
favorite.
quote that I made earlier in the session?
I'm down for it if I'm included. Yeah.
No, it was you to some extent, I guess. but it was mostly Bob.
I also have the same question. I quoted Carronade.
On the 9th layer of hell, Gandy's fighting the devil, falls through a portal, now he's in the city.
Oh yeah! Who's ready for Andy fucking Savage?
I can't wait for, like, Bob to just do that and just be like, yeah, he's just fucking crazy.
So, Bob, can I publish that?
Yeah.
Okay.
As well, mine.
Fight all the ghosts, because I got the magic fists.
Yeah, Gandy was the most role-playing I've ever seen Bob do.
It's all good.
Now listen here, you fire giant-looking motherfuckers. I'm walking this way. You guys go back to sleep, or I'll be forced to punch you with my punch fist. Yeah.
All right. Before I end session, because I'm getting kind of tired, any final thoughts on the session or things that happened?
This shit ruled.
Hard agree.
That was a lot of fun.
As much as I hate splitting the party, usually, you run splitting the party way better than anyone else
Very
I've seen.
impressed. Yeah. I have also learned something that I was already aware of, which is that Captain Dumond is not a one-on-one combat monster.
Yeah, but he still fucking goes for it, though. It's
Of
awesome.
course he does. Like I said, you could put Captain Dumond in front of Godzilla, and Captain Dumond would square up.
Fuck yeah.
Did I tell you guys that I once knew a kid that squared up when a bee flew at him?
You told us before.
Alright, I'm gonna get off on the
Why are you
bee
talking
fight.
about me like that, Seth?
See you, Chris.
Good night, Chris.
We're gonna need a something from Captain Dumont on how he thinks Oslo's versus Bats will go.
Ooh.
I'm assuming we'll get a good write-up.
It doesn't need to be right now.
Yeah.
There's no time pressure. Don't feel like an obligation. It's fine.
No, of course not.
Yeah, no, I was just making a joke because you've done like those really cool obligations that make me want to go get books that are about Captain Dumont.
Oh, you're gonna have to wait until Captain Dumont dies in this universe.
I want you to know, Derek, that considering what I don't really know much about pot boilers that I feel that you've based Dumont off of, like the Penny Dreadfuls.
Mm-hmm.
I was terrified that had we got into the whalers a little early, or if we actually got to the whalers settlement, I was terrified that Captain Dumont would end up in some sort of affair with the Rune Mother.
That's not impossible.
So full spoiler: the Rune Mother was the one that had the pills tossed to her.
Oh,
That's what
absolutely.
I expected.
I didn't doubt that. Well, okay, I doubted it for a second, but I was pretty sure that's who it was, and I didn't want to go looking at her without asking.
I fucking love the idea of this ornate 1400s naval medicine chest, and it has got like brass scroll work and is beautifully inlaid and seasoned wood proofed against the water, and inside there's just one bottle of 2015 era antipsychotic medicine.
That's probably a box worth looking into. Maybe it just makes medicine.
No.
No, it just had it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I just had it.
I'm gonna
Turn
head
the
off to
plot
before
to
I get
man.
washing dishes. I'll talk to you guys later.
See you
Later,
later.
Bob.
Yeah, no.
Thanks
so,
for hanging.
Tom, the full story behind that chest is that Captain Dumont picked it up after a run-in with the pirate sharks of the Northern Caribbean back several episodes ago, and it was on the corpse of one of their previous victims.
I see. Captain Dumont seems like he comes from a city roughly as interesting as the city.
Captain Dumont has definitely been to a city roughly as interesting as the city, yes.
I might need to rewrite some history about the doubloons you guys found now that Captain Dumont's in play.
Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm going to do about stopping those two from fighting, because the only person present is Charlie. And I don't think Charlie has the charm for that. I mean, he has 4 charm and 3 die in persuasion, but still.
I do like ending the session on a cliffhanger like that.
Oh, that was perfect.
The fact that you can so well like move through different scenes with the cuts at points of action. I really like that.
I feel like any time we split the party, it's the best sessions we have. It just doesn't always go well.
Yeah.
It went really well this time.
I have to be on top of my game for it to work. It's really hard. I can't always do it, but like occasionally I'm like.
That's why I'm making sure to be super appreciative because I am. I loved this session.
It's like the place you put the cuts. It's just incredible. Like the sense of timing you have here.
It's like, okay, I have 4 pistons in my brain that are set to not use. Let's see what happens if I gear those up.
What happens is you just have a good idea of like editing footage, but like you're actively filming it whilst editing it.
Yeah, that's actually basically what I was about to say. Less eloquently though.
Also, I posted, if anyone is interested, because it is my favorite poem, I posted the poem, The Cremation of Sam McGee.
It's such a good poem.
It's an excellent poem. I can recite at least half of it from memory still. I love that fucking poem.
There are strange things done in the midnight sun.
By the men who moil for gold. The Arctic trails have their secret tales that would make your blood run cold.
Okay, for fear of copyright, let's end the stream, and...
I am one